When we're embarking on a new adventure, discovering what our mind and body are capable of, we cannot learn to trust in ourselves without first finding trust in our surroundings. The introduction of freediving can be a life-changing experience. Double K wants to grow with you. We provide you the support to focus inward, let your worries disappear and just breathe. We lend you our experience to achieve your full potential and share your energy and excitement. We're part of one team. Together, Double K.
Good morning and welcome to day 5 of the AIDA Freediving World Championships. We are live here in beautiful Ajaccio on the island of Corsica. It's a fantastic day, super sunny, and the waves are a lot more gentle than they were yesterday. So I have a feeling today is going to be a good day. My name is Esther Kalwatskaya.
And I'm Catherine Crossland. I'm hoping it's going to be a nice day. The weather is calm. I've taken my sea sickness tablets for anybody know. A little bit about ourselves before we go into the day. It's the Free Immersion Day. I teach freediving in Dahab in Egypt, and I'm a senior judge within the AIDA community. So that's why you get some interesting comments around the white cards or red cards or yellow cards, but we're hoping for white cards today, yes? Esther?
White cards all around, for sure, definitely. I am a Hungarian freediver based in Ireland. I'm just a freediver, not an instructor, not yet a judge, hopefully soon.
You are a freediver.
I am a freediver. I said I am a freediver, definitely. Yeah. So we're super happy to be here, and we hope you'll enjoy the day today. So free immersion, we did get a comment asking to explain the rules. Free immersion isn't immediately obvious from its name. It is the discipline where the athletes pull themselves down along the diving line just with their arms and hands. So you won't see any fins other than the fins of the safeties, photographers, and any other crew members who are in the water. But you won't see fins on the athletes. So it's more an upper body heavy exercise where you use your shoulders and your arm strength to pull yourself down. There's a beautiful rhythm to it. So I'm really looking forward to some fantastic dives.
Yeah, so we should have some nice dives. The one thing, if you see anybody doing breaststroke kick, yeah, they're allowed to do that. Within the rules. They can pull above the candy cane. It's the one day they're allowed to pull above the candy cane because they can pull along. So we're hoping to get some nice results. Some stats for you. The world record is 102. That is by Fatima last year. And then before that, Alicia held the world record at 98 meters. Some stats from last year, the winner was Fatima with 96, but unfortunately she's not competing. Here in Corsica this year, and Younghae Kim, who was 86. She blew everybody out of the water last year, was winning, getting in the top 3 in a lot of the disciplines. And then Sandra was 84. 2022 was Fatima at 93, Sahika, who is here, at 90, and Enchante at 90. So we've got the 2022 guys coming. Fatima was, again, 89 in 21 and was the overall winner. Elenka Kaneka, as we established, my pronunciation isn't great, 84, and Marianna Gillespie was 81. So what we got going for today, we have the deepest divers are Enchante. I'm never pronouncing Tyler's name right because she's asked me to roast her. So the South African lady is announced 90, and Maria Bobela Klovar is 87. And then after that is Brigitte at 81 and Marianna at 81 as well. And I think we're going to get the top 3 from those 5 ladies. So let's see what we're going to happen. Some updates from from yesterday. So the men's Bifins. It feels like a long time ago. There was a lot of changes after the video review. So Buddha was red carded for a dolphin kick. Christian Castando was red carded for a pun.
Yes.
Yeah, for a pun. David Transvan was red carded for a grab. Gilles was red carded for a dolphin kick. Christiana Brauckley was for a grab. Matt Brown for dolphin. And Andreas for dolphin kick. And I know there's quite a decent amount of discussion about dolphin kicks on Instagram that I'm seeing. And as you would expect, there's quite a lot of discussion about the dolphin kicks within the community here in Corsica. And maybe we'll have a bit of a conversation about that during this day if we get some time in between the divers. So, we got some hellos, because I asked everybody to give a shout out. We got Thibaut saying good morning from Corsica. We've got Greece, we've got Qatar, we've got Belarus. Are there many free divers in Ireland? We'll come back. Esther will definitely know that. We've got South Africa coming in. We've got Michelle from Germany. You're a scuba instructor and you don't come. You watch every year, but you don't do free diving, or you do and you just not mention it. Anyway, come to the hub and learn some free diving. Japan's checking in. Jake, you didn't say where you were from, but where you're tuning from. But yeah, thank you for all the shout outs. We're gonna go to Tatiana next. So Tatiana is from Cape Verde. She, so far in this competition, she had a CNF and she did a red card, DQ blackout on the first day. Absolutely nerves. And I think, that is hard for divers. They come for the first World Championships and get a little bit overwhelmed. And Tatiana's was no problem. It was just from nerves. So let's all make sure we cheer for her for this next dive. She got a national record on the Bifins day, and she just wants to have some nice dives. I know that. So let's see. She's got a national record potential for this at 42 meters. What have we got from her?
So Tatiana lives in. She says she lives between Mexico and France, but she has trained a good bit in Dahab, which is going to be a recurring theme, I believe. Her main aim, like you said, is to kind of have fun and have some lovely dives here. But it's very interesting that her main interests are along the lines of mental health and addiction recovery. I think she's also a coach for addiction recovery, and so she's really interested in that aspect. And she was hoping for 4 national records. She didn't get the no fins one, but definitely hoping for a free immersion national record for her today, because I think we spoke to her. Did we ask her about the scene in Cape Verde? And she was saying that she would definitely like to inspire others and grow the sport over there. So fingers crossed there's going to be a freediving scene in Cape Verde in the next couple of years following Tatiana's presence here at the World Championships.
So let's see how she goes. I know she was in the competition in July in Sharm, and she was still debating then whether she was going to come.
5,
So I'm so glad that she
3,
did
2, 1.
make the decisions come, because I think it was really, really good for her. So let's see how she goes on this dive. Tatiana's diving with a mask.
Barbosa, Cape Verde, 42 meter, dive time 1 minute 42 seconds, 1:42. National
Nice.
So
record
what you're
seven.
seeing is what I mentioned about free immersion. That this is what it's going to look like. There's a technique to this as well, and there's certainly, you can see her kind of pulls are getting slower and more elongated the deeper she goes. So she's down to the 30 meter mark.
40 seconds.
And she started her free fall in a nice relaxed position. We've seen this from some athletes already, so it's she has the rubber bands on her thigh. It was a short enough free fall. Grabbing the tag, tucking it into her hood.
40 up.
I think she was aware then that was dive I
1
was
minute.
straight in front of her, because there was a little look at the dive I then. But that's nice. Nice and relaxed.
30 up.
And if you ever
110.
remember you're at first IDA 2 or you're thinking of doing IDA 2, this is the first discipline that you actually get taught to be nice and relaxed. And a lot of beginners, that's what we're doing free immersion as their warm-up dives as well. So this is definitely a nice relaxed dive.
I love free immersion as a warm-up dive. It can be so relaxing, and you can see that she has a lovely rhythm of her pulls and just kind of putting a bit of more and more glide into it as she's coming up above the 10 meter mark. Just maybe one more pull to bring her to the surface. Come on. You can hear her coaching. She's getting coaching in French, and that looked like a lovely surface protocol to me.
Yep.
Not rushed, very relaxed, and she's looking very happy. Just waiting for her card. I'd expect a white card. What do you think, Kath?
Yeah.
How would you judge
Yeah,
this?
for sure.
Congratulations.
I would get
A white card.
a card, national record, nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So some people were asking me last night because they know I judge a lot of people because I'm judging in Sharm and I judge at the World Championships. Are we allowed to say whether we think it's a white card or not?
Yes.
Are we? Yeah. We're judging it from the commentary. I will make comments. The judges are judging it from their view, and they have a different view to us sometimes. They've got the camera and they've got a face-on view. But for sure, we're going to make comments about what we see. That doesn't mean that's the result.
1 minute.
But it does give you an indication from our experience of whether we're likely to see white cards. And because they don't see the dive eye in real time, they're reviewing that later, we can sort of give you an idea if anybody was grabbing above the candy cane. It's a little bit more tricky for me to talk about in the bifins dives whether it was a dolphin kick. But yeah, absolutely. We can comment on
30 seconds.
what we think is a white card, red card, or yellow card.
And I guess this in no way influences the judges. Like, they can't really hear us. They are actually on the other boat.
20.
So we are on sort of the media boat alongside the medics and the dive eye team. And the judges are on the boat attached to ours. So between, they don't hear us. They're not interested really in what we're saying because we're really just talking to the stream.
3.
And next up is Lisa Mattes.
Official top plus 1.
Lisa does work for Ada as well, so she is our Lisa.
4.
She's announced.
7.
That's a very
She's
British
Irish.
thing, an Irish thing,
9.
isn't it? Our
10.
Lisa.
She's ours, yes, she's ours. Well, she's an Austrian athlete, and she's announced 40 meters. Her personal best is 40 meters, and you can see her just kind of pulling herself down
Elisabeth
and
Mattes, Austria.
heading
40
down
meters.
into the depths.
Dive
There, you
time,
could see
1
some
minute,
shorter pulls
52
while she was
seconds.
battling with the buoyancy pushing her back up, but you can see some lovely long pulls now. You can really see this is I think this is what people sometimes have to work on, but she's doing it beautifully, is the kind of the bottom part of the pull. So you can see that she lets the rope go as far as her arms reach down, and you just kind of even just sort of throw it away, and you need to grab it and pull yourself down. But she's getting into a bit of a glide and coming up to the candy cane now. No, very little. There was next to no free fall.
She doesn't,
50 seconds.
And we have to do the traditional shout out to Lisa's mum. Hi, Elisabeth. Hope you're tuning in to see your daughter's beautiful dive.
1 minute.
Lisa is
30 up.
more at pool free diving. She's moving over to depth. I think she's had 10 national records in the pool. But she's really gaining the experience from the depth competitions now and enjoying it. But she's always saying every day she just hopes her ears work, and her ears were working today.
Her ears were working, that's for sure.
Nice.
That we know already.
And normally we get a smile from her as she's coming up. Yeah,
I think there's a smile there. Yeah, there you go.
We got some shout outs from Victoria for Lisa. And we'll come back to the people who are tuning in. Yeah, if you start tuning in, give us a shout out where you're coming from. And she's really using the opportunity to do the pull and take a nice glide.
Just really taking her time now, heading to the surface. Really had just left the buoyancy to lift her, really. I think she just had the tag in her hand all along.
Yeah.
Just very slowly removing her mask.
She's definitely got more in her around depth, but because she never knows whether she's going to work, her ears are going to work, or this week anyway, for sure. And equalization, she could definitely, from a hypoxia, she could definitely do more. Absolutely.
It's a white card.
And she doesn't get too much
Mattes.
time to chain in depth either, which is, I know, a challenge for some people. So yeah, just so you know what Lisa's going to do now, which is lovely for us, and it's not part of her job actually. And she's going to stay in the
1
water for
minute.
most of the day and grab the athletes for us to ask them to come and have a chat with us. So I do love Lisa for doing that. And I think she's the only person I've seen in this competition. She puts her suit on at the hotel and then puts a nice, beautiful, flowery dress on over and walks to the harbour.
Nice.
Very stylish. Not like me in the morning.
30 seconds.
The safeties do that as well, actually, and judges. I've seen people walk out of the hotel in wetsuits for sure, but not athletes. So the next diver is Andrea
20.
Blaesi from Switzerland. And she has a personal best of 55 meters, but she's announced 50 meters for today's free
10.
immersion dive. So that should be a very doable dive for her,
5,
for the
4,
Swiss team.
3, 2, 1. Official top. +1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So she's
Andrea
previously
Blaesi.
competed in 2019
Switzerland.
in a lake
50
in
meter,
Switzerland,
lifetime,
the Swiss
1
Championship in
minute,
the lake,
51 seconds,
where her free
151.
immersion dive was 35 meters. She hasn't told us how much training she's done. You can see that she's pulling with one hand now, filling the mouth fill
20 down.
by the looks of it. She's kind of
30
using one hand on
seconds.
her mouth to keep that mouth fill, and the other hand to pull herself down the rope. But it should get easier and easier the deeper she goes, and she can put some.
40
She's putting
seconds.
some glide into it now, just very gently holding her fingers around the
40
rope.
down.
So whereas previously we spoke about grabs and how athletes were penalized
50
for grabs, there's no such thing in free immersion because the whole discipline is about grabbing the rope. So no issue there, and we won't be worried about
1 minute.
grabbing at all.
30 down.
So
And she got a white card in Bifin. She didn't do the CNF dive, but
Coming up.
she lost the tag.
110.
I wonder if she has another tag somewhere stuck to her suit or her belt, because I definitely saw a tag float down. Maybe she took two. Fingers crossed she has another one, maybe.
120.
It does happen, unfortunately, and that is one penalty point if you have
that's
no tag.
yeah, one counting yellow card. Now there's a tag in her hood, I think. So nice.
There is
this
a tag
quite
in her hood,
speed-
yes.
130.
fast
20 up.
arms. You see the difference between Lisa and her pulls. At the beginning, she was doing some
140.
fast pulls. And you'll see differences definitely throughout the day of different techniques, and it's preference of how they like it.
I'm okay.
I love her smile. She's such a smiley person. We met her on the shore today, this morning. She obviously came out with the first boat. As you can see, she's right at the start of the competition. And she's just super cheerful all the time, like a ray of sunshine, which is fantastic. She's just waiting for her card. And it's a white card. Beautiful. Nice.
And she said that's what she wants, just nice, relaxed white cards. And you can tell that from doing an announcement 5 meters below her personal best. Gives some people nice confidence. So we have some more people on Team Austria. We've got Jake, you told me where you're from, San Diego. We've got Philippines coming on. I'm going to say you're saying good luck to everybody. Jake's
Go, Andrea.
cheering for Andrea.
So very happy for her. She just looked like, you know, she just came up with a smile, absolutely. And even though I said that you could see a tag floating away from her, there was another one in her hood. So sometimes it's good to take several tags in case you accidentally lose one on the way up, which can happen.
Athletes who compete in Sham, remember, that's not
30
allowed.
seconds.
30 secondes.
They will know the irony. They can take as many tags as you want. And I still haven't spoke to Luik about it being good and
20.
taking only one
20
tag.
secondes.
Okay, we've got Amal from Syrian Arab Republic on now.
10.
She has
10
done one national record in her
5,
bifins.
4.
And I know
3,
people were tuning
2,
in. And
1.
unfortunately, her dive wasn't. It was one of the times when the internet went down.
3.
So her family didn't get to see that dive. And she got a red card on
9.
the
10.
CNF because of surface protocol. So fingers crossed this is going to be a national record. You're going to be able to see it.
Alnabwany, Syria, 52
And she's going to come up with a beautiful
minutes,
white
dive
card.
time 2 minutes, 10 seconds.
So she's using a mask. You can see that there is a rhythm to her equalization. She's only using her left hand by the looks of it to pinch her nose to equalize. So every pull, she's doing one equalization when she's bringing her left arm up to do a pull. But as a result, you can see that her pulls
30
are.
seconds.
So that was.
20 down.
Yeah, she's got a little bit
she's
of a
going to
problem
early
with
turn.
equalization. Yeah.
Early turn.
Okay.
I think when you see them kind of stop and hesitate on the rope, you know it's an early turn. They can't exactly stop and keep going. The rules don't allow for that, right? I think I remember that. So unfortunately, that's a 22. She turned at about the 22 meter mark. So the ears aren't working today for Amal. Yeah, the right ear. It was the right ear that was giving a problem. I think that was pretty clear.
But you had Mark cheering you on, Amal, when you listened back to this commentary.
Hello, early turn.
I was looking forward to a Syrian national record, but next time. We know she can do it because it is her personal best, and she's done it before in previous competitions. So she's only ever competed in bifins. That was in Nice in 2023 and 2024. So June this year and June last year, and in bifins she did a 45-meter national record in Nice. But unfortunately, the free immersion didn't happen for her, even if there are no records for Syria for the women in free immersion, unfortunately you can't get the national record with a penalty. even if you are the very first person to appear in the rankings within the ADA database.
So what we're seeing now is wanted to give you a overview of the competition. So you're seeing all the boys in the water. That's all our warm-up lines. And then that platform is where they arrive for the competition. They can chill out. They can stay dry there before they go into the warm-up. And they have the right under the rules for 45 minutes to do the warm-up. They can't do. We have a judge assistant checking them in, so they can't go in the water before those 45 minutes. And then they're moved over from those boys to the competition line, and we try and do that around 5 minutes before the competition. But under the rules, they are allowed definitely 2 minutes in the competition zone. But every competition tries to give them a little bit more time.
30 seconds.
So next up is Sara Burnett from the USA. Her personal best is 63 meters, but she's announced
20.
55 today. So hopefully it should be very much a doable dive for her in this case, because she's done a lot more. So she's competed previously.
10.
She has had a competition result of
5, 4,
oh yeah, so that personal
3,
best of 63 meter
2,
is actually
1.
her personal best in
Plus
free
1,
immersion
2, 3,
at
4,
a competition.
5, 6, 7, 8.
The only
9.
record of her competitions that we have is the AWA Blue Element competition in April this year, where
Sara
she
Burnett,
competed in
USA,
pretty much all depth
55 meter.
disciplines, and she did 2
Lifetime,
dives
2
of
minutes,
free
20
immersion, 1 to
seconds.
55,
2, 2,
1 to
0.
63. And today she is doing 55 meters.
Yeah, and she's diving in Dominica. So this is a change in the temperature for her. So they do have some challenges about getting used to the different water temperatures. But you see that she's gone into mouth fill.
30 down.
That movement from her little body and stomach is
40
her
seconds.
charging her mouth fill. And then she's gone a nice free fall early. Well, not early, but
It's a 20-ish meters, yeah.
She's gone into that.
50 seconds. 40 down.
She's got the lanyard on her leg, and you'll be able to see
1 minute.
athletes being out on their wrist or on their leg for this discipline.
50 down.
She's looking for the tag.
One time.
Down.
Coming up. 50 up.
And just did a breaststroke kick as she was coming up.
Probably while she was
120.
putting the tag away.
Yeah.
And now she's doing nice long pulls.
40 up. 130.
I love how in freediving you can be fast and look relaxed at the same time, like she's doing. You know, you can see the very
140.
nice and measured arm pulls, and yet still a very
51.
relaxed body position with the gentlest of
150.
undulations of the legs,
32. 20 up.
just as she's bringing her arms up.
Nice. And if you see the watch on her right arm with a white part on it, that's the competition
10 meters.
watch. So they get a competition watch to put on for their dive, and then over designated lane A and lane B, so we know which ones they are.
Turn, yep.
1 minute, 30 seconds.
I'm okay. 1 minute, 30 seconds.
Looked like a great surface protocol to me, and she has the tag. You can really see how much more flatter the water is. The athletes aren't getting bounced up and down, just very gently being brought up as a
Congratulations, white card.
small wave. There you go, white card, beautiful.
And I think you can see for a tactical for the athletes how they're making decisions on what their announcements are. So she did 50 meters CNF in this competition, got a white card. In Bifin, she turned early. She turned at 49 when she'd announced 63. So that's probably another reason why she announced a slightly conservative dive. Just she was dealing with ear and cold, and she wanted to make sure she got a white card. So that's nice.
Great to see the shout outs for her as well in the chat. So I can see Nathan and Christina
30 seconds.
cheering her on from the USA. And yeah, you're dead right. She is absolutely killing it. That was a joy to watch.
20.
I loved watching that dive. It looked beautiful and relaxed, and there was no issue. She knew what she was doing.
10.
Next up is Yadira Sistos from Mexico.
5. 4.
She trains in
3,
Playa del Carmen.
2. 1. Official top. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Come on, Yadira.
8, 9, 10.
What she's doing with her mouth and her lips there is packing, so she's just adding some bits of extra air into her lungs after taking a full big breath. She's basically sipping air and packing more air into her lungs so that it's going to be enough for her dive. So, like I mentioned, she lives in Mexico. She trains in Playa del Carmen. It's a beautiful area. The sea is lovely, and you also have the wonderful cenotes, which are deep caves filled with water. And it's a fantastic environment, although it has its challenges.
30 seconds.
So she's really pulling hard on those
30 down.
dives. On the
40
for me,
seconds.
she could be a little bit more gentle. But we saw this morning, and she was a little bit nervous. And for me, this
40 down.
looks
50
like
seconds.
a little bit nervous on this dive before she going into free fall.
And then
She's
started
been
pulling
competing.
again.
Yeah, she's been competing a while, but took a break
1 minute.
to focus on the hotel that she runs. Yeah, so she was. You can see she turned early.
From her body language and
1
that
minute
fact that
10.
she went into free fall and then went back to pulling and then went into free fall again, I felt like there is a strong possibility of an early turn. I obviously didn't want to say it and didn't want to jinx it, but
120.
I'm after seeing that body language, I'm not surprised that she early turned. And sometimes, and this is the thing, that so many things can affect your dives, including your nerves, how you slept last night, what you had for dinner, what you had for breakfast.
Diver inside.
But I know she's been training. She spent a month in Croatia training to get prepared for this competition. And she's always a joy to talk to because she's always smiling.
She's smiling now.
Breathe,
Yeah.
Daddy, breathe. Stay up. Stay up.
But it was just what I would say to her is just relax a little bit, try and relax a little bit more. But she needs to get back into the groove of competing and loving the water, which I know she started to do once she'd spent all that time really working hard to build up her hotel business. So lovely. She's still happy, even though it was around 48 meters turn.
Yellow card.
You're seeing on our estimation of what depth they did if they early turn. The actual depth will be taken from the dive computer, the competition dive computer. And that's Sander
somebody's
with
taken
her.
off her hand. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Sander with her, who's a coach.
1
And
minute.
that person, Savos, is head of safety, and he was just talking to Sander. So, okay, who have we got next? This is going really fast today. It's like
Really fast indeed. Yeah.
White
So we have
Jennifer's.
Flintull Anna-Lena Eriksson from Sweden. Coming up next, she has a personal best of 65 meters, and she's announced 60 for today. She has trained in Sweden and in Kalamata, and she has done some colder dives in Sweden. So
30
hopefully
seconds.
the cold is not going to challenge her here. It will be interesting to get an athlete to talk to us, but and see what the thermocline is
20.
today, because I remember yesterday everybody we spoke to complained about the cold and how sudden the thermocline was, and there was a huge temperature
10.
difference. So let's see how Flintull Anna-Lena
5,
Eriksson does
4,
with her
3,
dive.
2, 1. Official top. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Hey Paula,
8, 9.
good to see you in the chat. I
10.
can see you cheering on for Anna. There's a great freediving scene in Sweden. I competed there once, and I've met a lot of Swedish athletes. In fact, one of them became
Flintull
world champion in
Anna-Lena
Kaunas.
Eriksson, Sweden.
Nice.
60 meter. 5 times.
You can see
Okay,
she's
this
doing
is a
6
yeah
seconds.
Short
consistent
pulls.
2,
short pulls,
1, 6.
Faster but shorter pulls,
and you can see her
That was-
lengthening.
and that movement I think was her
20
doing
down.
a mouth fill, and then she was going straight. It's fast. Continue to pull,
30 seconds.
grabbing
That's
the
the
mouth fill.
yeah, that's the mouthful. Yeah.
30
So
down.
keeping it in. That's why you'll see some people put their fingers on their mouth.
40
She's down at
seconds.
30 meters and 40
down.
meters. Is, I mean, I guess it varies
Yeah.
where people want to start their free fall. She looks like she's starting her free fall now.
50
Which,
seconds.
Down.
I mean, we've had
interesting.
somebody earlier starting her free fall at 20-ish meters or 30-ish meters, but she's doing a short enough
1
free
minute.
fall, getting the
Down.
stopper, getting the tag,
Coming up.
and you can see her attaching the tag to a piece of Velcro on her belt, which is a very quick and relaxed way of
50 up.
stowing the tag, ready to show to the judges, and she's doing nice. Still those very strong, shortish pulls.
And now going longer.
40
And if you see that she
20.
did go below the stopper, which I know I've talked about in the past, that it's the preferred and the nicer way of doing the turn is that. But actually, that's
130.
one of the examples of it.
Mid-71,
She went below the stopper, and then
30 up.
her lanyard, she had to just move it away from her, her
140.
arm. Because of it. Her leg, sorry, because of it. So that's one of the reasons
32.
why it just distracts you a little bit, and you have to adjust stuff. But
150.
this is looking nice. She's now getting into a really long rhythm. She's using the buoyancy.
10 meters.
Really wide net weight. You seen that net weight?
Yeah.
Wide. It's interesting.
We do have a question about the neck wake. Maybe we can see if we can answer it in between dives. And yes,
we'll come
Jake,
back
you're
to
right.
that.
This is some powerful free immersion.
Klämma.
Come on.
Klämma. Mask. Mask.
I'm okay.
Dra upp dig, dra upp dig, dra upp dig.
Keep your hand up. Keep your hand on the stay place on the rope. You could see her. The wave kind of brought her chin ever so slightly into the water. But other than that, it looks like.
Lappen.
That's a white
Looks like it was a
card,
great-
isn't it? Attack.
Yeah, so she does have the tag. So great shout outs in the chat again. So
White card.
from
Yeah, nice.
Kim.
Very nice dive.
we saw Kim Dahlgren competing yesterday. Great. So glad that you're watching, Kim. I hope you're getting some rest before tomorrow. And yes, hello from Östersund from Antonio.
30
And Loic's
seconds.
tuning in. Loic, I'm noticing that you're always taking one card, one tag. I don't think I've not been seeing that. So I'm hoping we have a discussion later about that for you. Okay. We're gonna go to the next athlete.
Marion Chavanne from France.
10,
And somebody who shares your
5,
surname, Marion,
4,
is cheering you on.
3,
Lorraine
2,
Chavanne.
1.
Hi.
Official top. Plus
Thank you so
1,
much.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Marion Chavanne, France, 62 meters, dive time 2 minutes 30 seconds. 2-3-0.
So Marianne did the CNF dive and got a nice white card. She didn't do the bifins dive, but we're seeing her do a free immersion. Doing long pulls.
I love the glide, how she has her hand like really flat against the rope and just slowly gliding against the rope. And she's gone into a free fall at around the 30-meter mark.
40 seconds.
And the body position looks really nice and relaxed, you know. And I love seeing the different styles of people. I mean, for the previous diver, for Anna from Sweden, we saw some really powerful pulls at this depth still. And from Marion, we're just watching her fall into
1
the
minute.
ocean and letting the negative buoyancy pull her down towards 62 meters, which she's announced as opposed to her PB of 69.
1 minute 10.
She's glided all the way up to the stopper, just grabbed the rope just above the stopper, grabbed the tag, and she's using short and powerful pulls with her arms to start, get some momentum going, and then going back into the somewhat longer arm pulls and adding a bit of glide into it here.
And we've got Sandra here with us at the moment. We're going to talk to her a little bit. What do you think of the technique of Marianne?
I think she looks nice and relaxed.
Diver inside of safeties.
I think this dive is a comfortable dive for her, so
yeah,
she's looking really good.
Yeah. With her competition depth, 69, this is definitely a tactical thing of getting a nice weight card, getting a result on.
Diver
She's done
inside.
69 in competition, 69 in training maybe. She is living and training in Annecy and Nice, but she spent some time here as well. So the French athletes, you would often see them kind of saying, "Oh yeah, I've trained here in Ajaccio." Come on, Marion. And a little sing-song, I'm okay. I love it. That's not against the rules, right, Kath?
No.
Perfect. She's smiling. There was
Unless
not even
you put a rude word in the middle or an additional word in the middle, you're okay.
No. The rules say you have to say I'm okay or I am okay.
I am okay. Yeah.
So
Anything
I can't
else?
exactly say I am whatever word I would put in the middle, which I will not mention on the stream because I'm trying to be a professional. And there's
That's
a white card. Beautiful. Marion, so happy for her. She's had challenges because she started freediving after an accident in 2013. She's had some big surgeries and used freediving as a part of healing, and now she does it for joy, and you could really see the joy on her face. So I'm super happy for her. Next up is Yulia Marievich. Our Yulia.
Yeah. Vice President right there. How are you, Sandra?
20.
I'm good. I'm getting better every day. As you know, I suffered an injury on the ear, but it's healing really nicely.
10.
So I'm doing good.
So you're
It's
taking the
interesting
opportunity to
5.
coach some of the girls, which is what you wouldn't be doing normally.
1.
You've been coaching Vitamir on the
Exactly.
boys' day, but you get to do the...
4, 5, 6, 7,
And
8.
how is the temperature?
Sorry?
Oh, the
Yulia
surface
Marievich.
temperature is what, you know? It was
Latvia.
fine today?
66
I'm not sure. I know that yesterday it was
Dive
pretty
time.
fresh. I heard
2
that the
minutes,
thermocline is
40
quite harsh
seconds.
today,
2,
Yes.
4,
but
0.
I put a 3 mil on, so I don't feel it that much, but it's definitely colder than the first competition days.
So Yulia's doing her
20 down.
PB of the last 3 months. Let's have a look if she's done
30 seconds.
previously.
I was having dinner with Yulia last night and a few
30
others,
down.
and she
14
had a
seconds.
certain plan. I think I mentioned before that a lot of athletes, well, actually, pretty much everyone I've spoken to have a plan for their day. So
40
if you're official top, like for
50
Yulia,
seconds.
is it 9:02? Then at 8:02 at the
So-
latest.
Early turn.
Oh no, early turn.
Coming up.
Yeah,
You
it was
have to-
visible that her mouth
Yeah.
1 minute.
was not there anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm so sorry for Yulia
She tried
because she's so
to
focused.
recharge again, and it wasn't working, was it?
Too deep.
Yeah. But so if
110.
you saw that movement right before she turned, she's possibly lost the mouthfeel or it's leaked, and she tried to recharge, and it was a little bit too deep for
120.
Yulia to do.
$130.
Mid
And Yulia's
71.
combining her competing and also
25.
doing some work on our media as well.
Mid 72.
That's the
140.
joy of being a volunteer for IDA. We get to do multiple jobs in the competitions. So
10 meters.
And again, like we saw yesterday, it's when you're working at this event and you're also diving, then the stress of having, of helping with the organizing is can really affect your dives. And here we have Yulia. We will see if we can talk to her about what happened there and why she had to early turn in the end. but still a nice surface protocol.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's the
you're saying
ears.
ears. So.
Ears. That's what it is.
So I'm going to try and jump quickly back because it's very
To Sander.
rare. I don't think I've actually interviewed because previous World Championships, you've always been dragged away. You look at me and go, no, I don't want to come on. So I'm priming you. We're going to jump between. So how was your year? You're going to hate me for asking that question.
I had a really interesting year, actually. It was pretty tough. I advanced incredibly in the training competitions. I had some tough moments. I had a world record attempt in the Philippines with a lost tag. I had another world record attempt in Croatia where 20 minutes to official top, a glass bottle exploded in my hand and opened up my finger. And now the ear injury on the first day where I was going for gold. So definitely tough competition year, but I'm really learning a lot. I know it sounds like people always say that, but it's true. And I progressed hugely in my training, so I foresee a very good year next year.
30 seconds!
And you said that from the mental point of view, with the mental focus, you've really worked on that this year and gained from that experience.
20!
Yeah, I gained a lot of confidence. I changed, especially in the last month, I changed completely my attitude and my approach to training. So
10,
I'm less connected to feelings, emotions, how the dive feels, but I'm much more executing in a robotic way.
4,
And
3,
it gave me a lot of confidence.
2, 1.
Thank you for that
It's your
insight. So we're going to go
1,
now to the
2, 3,
deepest diver
4,
of the
5,
day, Enchante.
Deepest
7,
announced depth
8,
of the day for
9,
Enchante
10.
Gallardo from the USA.
She this year she really became a strong. I mean, she's been a strong diver since a long time, but this year she's been very consistent.
Gallardo, USA,
I know last year when she was at World Championships, she talked about being given the opportunity, allowed the opportunity to really focus on her diving, and that made it such a great progression for her, and that's just continued this year for sure from my perspective. Nice long wide pulse. She's
I really liked her start, like there was so much confidence there and she knew exactly each step from starting to pull herself underneath the surface.
She has a nice mouthfeel.
yeah.
50 down.
50 seconds.
She's starting free fall.
Pure free fall around 53.
60 down.
And thank
1
you for the
minute.
people in the chat. We're all rooting for Enchante.
Nice fast speed on that free fall as well.
Pretty fast. You can see the little particles
I
in
don't
the
see
sea.
her
70
cheeks.
down.
1 minute 10.
No.
Her neck weight is ever so slightly. It looks like it kind of slid onto her cheek. You can see her dive computer there as well. I don't know if that affects it. You can see
1
her
minute
trying to turn her head.
20.
80
Come on,
down.
Enchante. You're down to 85 meters. 10 more meters to go.
Let's see.
She's having a bit of a hard time,
Yeah,
I
but
think,
hard
with the
time.
cue.
Yeah, definitely.
She's pushing it all the way now.
30
No.
down.
Okay.
Coming up.
1 minute 40.
Okay,
even
so
see
for
what
that,
she did
that
with the tag.
position, for that position, it's definitely like she wasn't as relaxed because she's dealing
1
with
minute 50.
some EQ problems. I know this would be.
Up.
I would think this is her first. If she gets this number 1
2
in the
minutes.
discipline in the World Championships.
70
So she
up.
holds the US national record at 91 meters. So she's adding, hopefully going
2
to
minutes,
get a
10.
white card for this, and she's adding 3 meters onto that. So this will also be a new US and actually continental record as well. So
minutes.
fingers
Nice rhythm on
crossed
the
for
way up.
Enchante. The ascent is looking fantastic. I'm just really hoping for a nice surface protocol for her.
2 minutes 30.
And you'll start to see the safeties around
40 up. Mid scooter.
35 for this depth. I think every spot
Diver
will see.
inside of the
I heard
50.
that the 40 meter safety is there with the scooter, yeah. Next safety at 30.
31.
She's looking good. I know that she sometimes in the surface has trouble,
Yeah.
but she's really looking pretty good now.
Mid 32. 20 up.
Diver inside.
Come on, Shanti.
10 meters.
She is showing us a darker blue, like they're saying in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, she looks good.
Yeah, she does clean. Nice.
Say it.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep up. Good.
Who's coaching?
Tom Pellet. That's the GoPro I had for a couple of days. And she has the tag. Beautiful. Yeah. That should be a white card, you're right.
White card. Congratulations.
White card for Enchante Gallardo. Gallardo, beautiful. Wow.
Nice.
Awesome.
Now, there's not much that can be reviewed and changed on free immersion, apart from recommencing descent, where they maybe change their position head first and then decide to go back down. So we shouldn't see so many changes from the judges when they've reviewed dive eye today. And Dennis is on the dive eye review from the judges, so I'm not sure how you got lucky in having an easier day than bi-fin day or no-fin day, Dennis. He says we'll see. Okay, so is everyone looking forward to this? If anyone didn't hear me do this the other day,
Oh, here we go again.
this athlete has requested that I roast her. Apparently,
1 minute.
her mum really liked it the other day. We have some, different people. So, Belinda, I hope you're listening in. And you'll be proud of me and my roasting, because we don't care about your daughter at this point. She's going to try and make an effort, but come on.
I'm just going to get
I'm
my
not
popcorn.
sure. I try harder. I did say to
30 seconds.
the other day that it's difficult when you're not prepared to roast as well. Sana, will you roast with me?
Of course.
Are we any good at roasting? We'll do a
20.
team effort.
20.
So Pika, the dog, I know. I think we've established within the family that Pika's a better freediver than yourself
5,
on
4,
this day.
3, 2, 1.
So we're trying to breathe up now.
Plus 1, 2,
obviously-
Not going great.
3, 4, 5.
Bad
Noodle and
technique on the
pillow.
breathe
Who
up.
needs that?
7,
Who needs that?
8,
And a
come on.
noodle and a pillow?
Oh, and we have
Would you
to
like a
have a
little bed?
torch because she gets scared with the dark.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Like a little nightlight, little
This
Thomas
is
the
going
Tank
to
Engine
be
nightlight.
second. And I can't believe you're making me do this
20.
when you're going to potentially get second place. But anyway, off she goes. Oh, no.
Talya
No,
Davidoff.
Actually, I did actually.
South
I thought the
Africa.
noodle did get caught in the lanyard, but we
90
didn't.
The noodle did get
So,
caught in the
uh,
lanyard for a moment.
Yeah.
3 minutes 50
But
we need
then
to,
it slipped
like,
off.
3, 1,
Focus on
5.
the aspects
Continental
of the start.
record
Don't be
attempt.
amateur. So you don't need a noodle.
Definitely. You just fell in the water. She
got
just fell in the
buoyancy
water.
there.
There was no technique there.
No.
No. And what you doing with her feet anyway? I mean, look, this isn't bifins anymore.
30
you know?
seconds.
30 down.
Get a grip, Talya.
So the little Pika from
40
which means
seconds.
fruit bat in Tonga. That's you're naming your dog after a
40
fruit
down.
bat. I'm not sure that's so good. And the one thing she says is that she wished that
50 seconds.
she could actually have some
down.
money so she could go to the gym and actually get some freediving courses.
I mean, she
because-
kind of needs that, doesn't she? Like,
Yeah.
1 minute.
we should maybe start a GoFundMe because,
If
come on,
anybody's
look at
just
this.
tuning in,
60
I've
down.
been requested to do this roasting, so don't blame me. I take requests and I did. So
110.
Jay and Alice are going to be watching. They probably got their hands in their head
70 down.
and wondering why they've allowed you to spend all this money coming from South Africa
120.
to do this competition.
80 down.
Let's say turn.
Early
I
turn.
saw that
Yeah.
she had her mouth pretty empty.
130.
So apart
Go on,
from
you
the
can be nice.
roasting, Talya
Maybe
she's
she
been
needs to
doing-
go talk to you and learn some mouthfeel. Come on, Talya, go here, chat to Sandra
140.
and get your mouthfeel in order. Like, come on. This is very unprofessional.
Yeah, Talya, I don't know. You're really embarrassing us here.
60 up.
So you gave into it now, aren't you?
I mean, she wanted it, so.
Yeah, I know. Honestly,
Keep going, keep going.
I asked and we made her repeat definitely that she wanted
but
this, guys.
2
So
minutes.
don't blame me.
50
Jokes
up.
apart, she's been diving
strong.
incredibly strong this year. Like it's been impressive to watch her.
Yeah.
She basically nailed every
2:10.
single training. She's been doing super well. So
Mid-scooter.
I'm really surprised.
40
I didn't
up.
expect this, and
No, I didn't.
she announced way below her potential.
220.
But yeah, I mean sometimes it
Mid
happens.
31. 30 up.
I saw it already when she was charging that
Yeah.
there was something
230.
inconsistent in her charge.
In her, no.
Mid 32.
And it's
20.
Chandy,
up.
she's been obviously training in Philippines.
240.
She also came to Croatia and
Okay.
she trained with us. And
10
she
meters.
did some incredible progression. Then she was in Kash.
Was she allowed to come back to Croatia, or was
I
not
mean,
really?
I need
No,
to have a
no.
serious talk with her.
Okay, yeah. So that they were being polite before, but no, you're not welcome back in Croatia with the team. Sorry about that.
I'm
Breathe.
sure she's gonna get
No
the surface
sleep.
protocol right.
Nose clip. Sign.
Okay.
Breathe.
Her military scream.
Yeah. So she's from a military background, isn't she? I
Yeah.
think it was the torch as well. The torch on the head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, affected her equalization. Yeah, yeah. She was too scared without the torch. She's going to be disappointed with that, but she's, as you can see, she's a good character. From her request for me to do that, she's been a nice addition. I've only met her this competition. So she can laugh and joke, even over the disappointment.
Hey! What is it?
82.
And that's Matt. He's actually from South Africa as well,
Good, you down there.
who's a safety diver. Congratulations on taking the computer off there. Okay,
gonna
back
walk away
to
with that.
being nice to athletes, or critiquing athletes in a nice way rather than roasting them.
Unconstructive way, yes. So Maria Bobela Klovar is up next.
You're staying, I'm guessing, for this time.
Yes,
I
you're
stay
staying for this one.
last
Yeah.
dive, yeah. I've been looking
1
forward
minute,
to watch
30
the first
seconds.
three on the lineup.
1 minute 30 seconds.
So Maria has a personal best of 90 meters and she announced 87, which is a Polish national record attempt. So go Polaks. I know the Polish dive team are watching as well. Fingers crossed we get a nice dive for Poland. So she actually lives in Croatia and she started freediving about 3 years ago. She loves the feeling it gives her. It kind of, she said it separates her from
1
her
minute.
surface life. It's like a feeling of a parallel life, and you forget about everything that's going on the surface, and it's just you and the water. So fingers crossed that she can channel that deep relaxation and enjoyment on this dive as well, and show us how it's done. Show Talya how it's done. Sorry,
Maria,
just got a quick
she-
little roast in
You're
there.
getting into her. Yeah, you're really getting into her now. So Maria was first on the no
30
fins day.
seconds.
30 seconds.
And she saved my life last night because she lent me a jumper because I stupidly didn't bring the
20.
jumper
20.
to Corsica and I was freezing last night, so thank you. Yeah.
She's really courageous. She's one of the few that is wearing a 0.3, and she does also warm up.
10.
So
10
this is pretty hardcore. But she
Hetty's wearing just
4, 3,
swim
Yeah.
trunks.
2,
yeah, and when she
One.
coaches him,
Official
she's
top.
also just in a bathing suit. I think she has really great resistance to the
3,
cold.
4,
Nice.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
This is a challenging dive for her, but
Yeah.
but she can
Maria
definitely do
Bobela
it.
Poland, 87
She's done
meters,
90 in
time
training in the last 3
30
months.
seconds.
I know she was talking about they
2-3-0.
went to the Philippines to do some training and it was quite the time they were there was quite challenging on the conditions. So that she actually came earlier to Corsica.
So she's been competing in Croatia, in the
30 seconds.
Philippines, and in last year's World Championships in Cyprus.
40 down.
40
Also
seconds.
the Freediving World Cup in May 2023. So she's been, since she
don't
started
see
pretty
her
much, she's
mouth.
been,
That's really
50
unusual.
seconds.
Yeah, it's really small on the mouth. Oh, well. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, that's it.
60 down.
1 minute.
People are cheering her on. Thank you so much for the shout outs for Maria. You
1
have
minute,
a gang
10.
watching you from Dahab as well,
70 down.
and from Poland.
So it's interesting. We're
1 minute.
deeply looking
20.
at her face for equalization.
80 down.
So she's going to be coming up
1 minute.
now.
Oh, she's going.
Yeah.
She's going.
Oh no,
Coming up.
so close.
I think that's my situation actually made many people not push harder, you know. I'm not joking. I know that some people are like, you know, I wanted to push, but then you came to my mind. I was like, okay.
1 minute 50.
I know it's at this rate she knows she would have got second. That she probably did know the early
2
turn.
minutes.
I think if she early turned there, she
therefore-
already pushed to the limit to like be safe in careers.
And it's a really mature
2 minutes 10.
competitor
Absolutely.
who makes that change.
Absolutely.
Intelligence over ego at that point is what I say. You
50
can criticize me
every
for that
single
statement,
time.
guys, but
2 minutes 20.
she knows she's having a nice competition.
Diver
She
inside
doesn't
of
need
50.
to ruin her ears on this.
40 up.
You can see Magdalena Solic from Poland cheering her on. I mean, I guess depending on Brigitte and Marianna's dives, she still has a chance for the podium.
No,
I would
no,
say.
she's still no, she's only going to be 1 meter off and 1 point, so 2 points off.
32.
Who was it last year?
Five
No,
meters
she has 6
off.
points
Yeah.
off.
Diver inside.
6, 7, so
82
and
minus.
that's
Ten on
just
the
an
candy
estimate,
cane.
yeah.
Okay.
She
Yeah.
turned at the candy cane, so that's an estimate. It won't be that. So she's actually doing
10
a
meters.
little bit of a kick, and we talked about that beginning. That's completely okay. And we've got the Enchante coming up, so
No slip. No slip.
She's clean.
yeah, she's
Give
clean.
me a sign. Give me a sign. Show me a sign,
So,
Maria.
so
Show me a sign. Show me a sign. Show
Sign.
me okay sign.
Come on. Okay, sign. Come on, Maria.
Breathe.
Oh, I
little
was holding my breath for a moment. There was a moment where I wasn't sure she was actually going to do it.
So it's whether the judges now see that as additional movements or not.
She was swiping around her hood because obviously her equalization didn't work, so she was
Over 15 seconds.
she's over. Yeah,
over
that's
15
what I
seconds,
thought.
right?
seconds.
Okay, that'll be.
No.
That's easier. Okay, so that's a red card, so we got no on that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
It's
Sandra,
not that
for joining
horrible,
us.
is it? You can come again.
Yes, I will. Thank you.
Thanks for coming by.
Okay, we've got a queue of athletes coming to chat to us. So
Wow.
next, and we have a curtain, so it's like a surprise. Next through the curtain is
Enchante?
Enchante is coming.
Yay. Hello.
Hi.
What a dive for you.
Yeah.
Seriously impressive.
Thank you.
How did it feel?
1 minute, Brigitte.
It was okay. It's really cold down there today.
Yeah.
And it's just cold in general. Yeah. this
Where
morning.
does the thermocline start? Because people were
I
asking.
would say it's about 10 meters is the thermocline, but today the change is a lot more abrupt or
Okay.
intense than previous days.
Previous days.
Yeah.
The guys said the same yesterday. That it
30
was that
seconds.
kicking
Half
of the
the world.
thermocline. And
From
when we talked
yesterday?
to Abdel said it's like the weather that we had, the bad weather that we had.
Okay.
It's just blown the cold weather. And I
20.
know you haven't had that
Possible.
in the training previously. That has been, people have been showing that it's been warmer. So we're going to talk a little bit more about your dive once.
10. 10 seconds.
Brigitte Banegas from
we're gonna-
France.
5.
Help us
4, 3, 2, 1.
comment on
Plus 1, 2, 3,
So at the moment, Brigitte has a chance at the podium if she gets this dive, right?
9,
Seeing as unfortunately Maria got a red card and Talya early turned.
Yeah.
You certainly look like you're getting
Brigitte
gold.
Banegas.
That's I'm almost sure of that.
81 meter. 5 time. 3 minutes 10 seconds.
Yeah, pending, of
Brigitte's
course.
coming along.
Let's go,
0.
Brigitte.
So this
Brigitte
is
is
1
from-
meter
yeah.
past her personal best. She's from
Oh, wow, okay.
France. Yeah. I need to we'll just have a quick check because that's what she's taught us from the 3 months last training. So
I know she likes to do a lot
30
of
seconds.
A lot of
no fins.
no. Okay, very nice.
30 down.
She is a local diver, so she
40
trains here in
seconds.
Ajaccio, and she's started actually quite a long time ago, back in 2000, when there was still team world championships. And Abdel, one of the
50
key
seconds.
organizers for the local freedivers, is her coach.
she actually did 80 meters in 2022 at the World Championships. So,
1 minute.
but has been doing
50
more
down.
conservative free immersions 80 this year. So she has done an 80 meter
110.
competition dive as well. So let's see how she goes. This will be so nice if she gets the podium place.
120.
I'll be really happy for her.
I would love to see her on the podium.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
130.
70 down.
Something going on with her head
Yeah.
movements and
Against
her.
the
No, don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
30 down.
140.
Okay.
70 up.
she had trouble with
150.
equalization.
60 up.
Yeah, you could really see that she was moving her head back and
Yeah.
forth a little bit.
It's a lot colder down there today.
2 minutes.
Allez, Brigitte.
So yeah, these are the challenges we have
210.
within the conditions. When people ask me, I always say everyone's getting the same conditions, so it's a fair play
220.
field
Yeah,
anyway.
I guess
You're all
so.
having the cold.
30 up.
And for those who only dive in warm conditions, yeah, these are some of the adaptations that happen. But Brigitte dives over here in France, so
Bien. Bien accroché.
She's a bit. She looks a bit
that's a
disappointed.
face of
Yeah.
Ah, it is what it is.
Peut-être.
He's going to get a yellow card for that. And at the moment, Dive is saying 73.
Yellow.
So it might be a little bit deeper actually, I'm not sure.
Je vais essayer. C'est pas mal. La compresse, c'est pas facile.
Oui, je l'ai vu.
Okay, so this is your first #1 placing in the
Yeah.
World Champions, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did get my stats
It
right.
is.
Congratulations. How does it
Thank
feel?
you. It feels amazing because I feel like I've worked trained and I've worked really hard to get where I am. So it's really nice to see all of that hard work and effort that I put into it pay off. And I mean, I definitely was a bit nervous this morning, like thinking, okay, this I really wanted to finally see that dream, I guess, come true in a way. So very, very happy. I was a little nervous this morning and getting on the line because it is cold today and I was shivering at the line, like even before I did a few warm-ups, and I was walking back and forth on the platform just to try to get warm.
And I remember interviewing you last year. You made the decision to, and your family made the decision to let you focus completely on freediving, and that's
Yeah.
where you made a big progression.
Yeah.
That continued this year?
Yeah, so that's what I'm doing this year, and I've been focusing on training and competing. So I really enjoy it. It's hard work, but it's something that I love to do, and I want to see how far I can take it.
You take it?
Yeah.
Nice.
30 seconds.
What's for the rest of the competition? What are you going to do in constant weight?
So what am I going to do? You guys are going to have
you
to
don't need
find
to tell me
out.
that. I don't mean that. No, I don't mean that. But it's like, that's it. I've done it's my favorite dive is free immersion. I've got number one. I'm going to have fun on constant weight, or are we still in competitive mode and you're working on
I
where
would
you're gonna
say
be?
the comp's not over until it's over.
Okay,
And
cool.
I still want to do. I definitely want to enjoy the constant weight dive, but we'll see how it goes.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, cool. Now we've got Marianna Gillespie.
7, 8.
So,
9,
Marianna?
You okay to
10.
stay for this?
Yeah.
Cool, thank you. Tom can stay in the sun and be cold.
Marianna Gillespie,
So I think
international, 81
Marianna
meters,
also
dive
has a
time,
place
3
for a
minutes,
podium on
10
this?
seconds.
Yeah,
3,
she was
1,
on
0.
81 as well,
chance.
so there is a potential. What's the word? She got number one in the bifins,
The
and
bifins.
she's had number one in that discipline for at least the 3 years that it's been running.
Yeah, she's always a strong competitor.
30 seconds.
In 2021, she was third in this discipline
40
at 81
seconds.
meters as well. It's interesting she's gone with the same announcement as today, and the previous year she wasn't on the podium.
50
for this discipline.
seconds.
Okay, let's see how she goes.
50 down.
1 minute.
Just
Final
one more
pull.
pull and starting her free fall.
1 minute 10.
She is a very experienced competitor.
Still pulling.
Yeah.
Going back to pulling some more. She's been competing since 2012,
1 minute 20.
where she started out with pool and then moved into depth as well. And she's been competing in pool and depth
1
throughout the
minute
years.
30.
Okay.
Still some more pool. Oh, here we
there
go.
she goes.
1 minute
She's got
40.
it.
Okay, she has a tag.
Nice fluid.
One minute 50.
Yeah, I know she was training in Bali as well earlier this year.
And she trains in. She
2 minutes.
coaches in Kalamata. Yeah?
I
She
think
was
she
doing
was coaching in Kalamata. I know she spent some time in Bali around February, March, I believe.
She spoke to us about balancing her own training with her
Okay.
teaching. So she runs,
Yeah.
she teaches freediving and she runs master classes, and mentioned how
Diver inside of
she
50.
tries to schedule her master classes for the off season and then
Okay.
focus on her own training
But-
when the season starts.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was been training in Bali. She put it in. So, looking good. She's extending those arm movements now.
20 up.
Diver
Yeah, she's looking
inside.
good.
Yeah.
Now we just
She's
need
a
a nice
strong
surface
athlete.
protocol.
It's harder for us
She's
as
very
commentators to see whether there's hypoxia going on or lactic going on in free immersion than the other dives.
Yeah.
So it's comes more of a surprise when they come to the surface. We can see.
Say it.
Yeah, sometimes you can't
Yes.
always tell underwater, but
On free immersion,
yeah.
really different.
I think
But
in
she
no
looks
fins
good.
it was very
She
obvious.
looks very
No,
clean.
I think lips were nice.
But she's strong in the other disciplines as well, so.
And she has the
There's
tag.
the tag.
The white card. Congratulations.
Yay.
Nice, beautiful.
So as I said this morning, we might have some interesting results from today. And we'll come back after the break and let you know what we got. But we got Sahika coming up now. Do you want to stay for Sahika, or should I
Do you want to go and warm
Gonna-
up?
get you to be
I'm
chaperone for your
warm up.
doping test?
I'm still shivering from the dive.
Want a hug?
Yeah, I'll take a hug. I gotta get warm today.
Thank you
Thanks,
so much for
guys.
coming to talk to us,
Thank you.
Enchante. Go warm up.
I've just got to go away for a minute while you can do Sahika. So that
1:30.
1 minute, 30 seconds.
So Sahika has had unfortunately, she hasn't had a very smooth competition so far. She arrived a little bit late for no fins and ended up not starting. She teaches freediving herself. I don't know if that big yawn was coming from her or from someone else, but either way, so she couldn't compete in the no fins here. But yeah, so she works in southeastern Turkey, and she's mostly teaching the young people in that area. You know, I guess keeping them out of trouble and keeping them in the water. She has won over 100 national and international medals. She's a very experienced competitor, and she wanted to give a shout out to Double K, who are her sponsors. She's used their equipment for about 2 years, and she loves every single piece of the equipment that she uses. So she says she loves her wetsuit. So shout out to one of the main sponsors of the World Championships, who are Double K.
20.
Sahika is also an environmental ambassador with World Wildlife Fund Turkey, and in the UN Development Program, they chose her as an ocean ambassador a few years back. So she really cares about the marine environment,
3, 2, 1.
as well as she should. I mean,
Plus 1.
free divers,
2, 3, 4.
living and working in the
5,
water.
6,
I'm
7,
back,
8.
and I
9,
brought another
10.
athlete with me.
So we're just going to watch Sahika's performance, and then we're going to chat to you about your dive.
20.
Plus 20.
So Sahika normally goes at about
25,
28,
26,
29 seconds.
27, 28, 29.
Just about.
Sahika Ercumen.
Always.
Used the full
Turkey.
30 seconds almost
77 meters.
that she was allowed
3 minutes.
after her top time.
And it's absolutely loud. And it's for Sahika, from what I understand, it's to do with the aspect of wanting to make sure she's got a full breath, and she waits till the last minute.
30
Always
seconds.
the same. So let's go.
30 down.
So she's
40
really putting in
seconds.
some nice glide in her diving. She's probably going to start the free fall soon.
40 down.
Likely she's
50 seconds.
sort of putting the line in the nook of her elbow, orientating herself just beside the line.
1 minute.
I think this is a beautiful position to be in for your free dive, for your free fall. Sorry, for your free dive as well, but your free fall primarily. In that you
Sahika has
110.
been sick for a month before this
60
competition. So these dives, you know, at this level, having been sick and then competing at this level shows a strong
120.
character. But she's a nutritionist by profession, from my memory.
She has announced something relatively conservative for her. I mean, she
130.
holds the Turkish national record
Coming
with
up.
90 meters in free immersion, and she's announced 77 today, which might still get her the podium.
70 up.
140.
Depending on her surface protocol, it might get her to the podium. So let's see, certainly a good ascent.
150.
And I love the smile on her face as she's ascending.
50 up.
2 minutes.
And she works for the United Nations Development Program
Yeah.
about climate change. So yeah, she's
40 up.
got a lot of things
210.
going on.
I really like how, you know, we do have a lot of free divers who are into ocean conservation, similarly to Sahika. And because really
220.
30 up.
it's the people who are in the ocean who see the, you know, the destruction that human activity does
230.
to our seas.
20 up.
So Sahika's coming up now, almost up at the 10-meter mark.
240.
She did look up to see where the surface is for a second by the looks of it,
10
but she's
meters.
still looking strong with some nice long pulls. and getting that buoyancy to bring her up
Breathe,
to the
Sahika,
surface.
breathe. Say it.
I'm okay.
Stay up.
Incredibly
stay up.
fast surface protocol. I didn't even see her take her nose clip off before the surface, but she already surfaced without her nose clip. The moment her airways cleared the surface, her coach yelled at her to breathe. And she has the tag. 2 tags, in fact.
Congratulations. White card.
White card, yes, her smile is back. I am so happy for her because there have been challenges to overcome for her. But this place is her 3rd today so far. And to be honest, everybody, all the other announcements are lower than hers. So as long as the review doesn't uncover something, our current estimate is that
We've
could
got
be possible.
81 from Marianna. Brigitte got 64 with a yellow. We've got Talya doing 73 with a yellow and then 94 from Enchante. So you can have a look at those. And then Sahika's come in with 76. So yeah. That's the top 3. That's if you want to see the results live, you can go onto the IDA page and they actually have the actual depths on the page.
1 minute.
Okay.
1 minute.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
So we have Amal with us
Yeah.
from Syria. Thanks so much for joining us. How was your dive?
I was
wrong?
too early turn because I was sick and my sinus not worked. Then it's blocked my. Then it's worked, but it's blocked my air. So I decided to not force it.
Absolutely, it was the right decision for sure. Are you going to compete in monofin as well or constant weight?
Yeah, but in Biban, yeah.
Oh, and with bifins, yeah. So
yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, so we've got Lauren. You happy to
5,
comment on Lauren's
3,
dive with us?
2,
Emma?
1. Official
What?
top. Plus
You
1,
were going to watch her
2,
dive. You were going to comment on it with us?
Yeah.
5, 6, 7.
Everybody's a little bit shy about
9,
commenting on their
10.
colleagues' dives, but I think it's really nice for other athletes to get an experience from other athletes.
Lauren Matevish, USA.
Just a quick adjustment of the nose clip just as she left the surface for a moment. And she's getting some really powerful pulls, bringing her down to 15 meters so far.
So Jake stayed on and watching the second US athlete.
20 down.
He's cheering you on. And she's been diving since 2023.
30 seconds.
30
And
down.
in this competition so far, she's got white cards.
40 seconds.
Both white cards in her discipline. So she's going to go for the hat trick of white cards into the free fall. Just moving her legs. That's just to
50
adjust herself.
seconds.
And sometimes it's for athletes for meditative purposes, like getting a little rhythm of keeping herself slightly awake while she's doing the free
1
fall.
minute.
In that close-up, you could really see her cheeks as she was using her mouthfill. And you can also see that the
1
at
minute.
60-ish, 60, 70 meters, the sea is getting a little bit darker now than further up.
70 down.
But she has a good speed going down, arriving to the
1
candy cane.
minute
There's the
20.
stopper.
Touchdown.
Grab a couple of tags by the looks of it. Or maybe she didn't get one at the first time.
1 minute 30.
An interesting, her dive time is 2:45, and Sahika was 3 minutes for just 1 meter
1
deeper.
minute 40.
So it is interesting on the dive times. I think you do have. I'm not sure if you do have that on the IDA page, but we'll start to
1
show you
minute
a little
50.
bit of the dive times. Enchante dive time was 3:27.
Diver inside
For,
for 50.
20 meters deep.
2 minutes.
40 up.
So now Lauren should be really using the power in her arms.
30. Up.
Nice full pulls, you know. There's a lot of throwing the rope away at the bottom. You can really see that she's reaching as far as she can, and then she's bringing the rope as far down as she can as she pulls herself up against it. What do you think of her technique? Any comments from you, Amal?
Yeah. I see that her technique of the hand is very nice, and I hope it will be good.
Breathe.
Yes.
She also took off her nose clip before the surface. Beautiful and very fast surface protocol. No hesitation there. And she has the tag and the smile.
Yeah.
Lauren, we don't have so much information on you. If you're listening to this after, can you send one of us an Insta with some more information that we can talk about you on your monofin dive, please? That would be lovely. Thank you.
And if you would like to get roasted, we are absolutely bribeable. All you have to do is ask. You don't even have to bribe us.
So let's see whether we get a white card or not. What shall we do?
I didn't hear the judgment.
But they're removing her from the line, so they must have given her her card.
They must have given her a card.
Yeah. So I'm fairly sure she got a white card.
I don't see why not. But maybe the judges do. Who knows?
So
red
interesting.
Card.
Red card for what?
Oh, why?
Right, exactly. My question.
Okay.
My question is exactly.
We were a little bit distracted on that dive, and we'll find out for you from the site what the red card was for. That's the end of the first session on free immersion, and as you see, that there's been some switches and changes over what the top three athletes were going to be and what they now are, which is why it always makes for an interesting day for us. I hope you will stay with us. We're going to go on a break now and get some refreshments, and we'll catch up with you at what time we're starting again?
20 past 10 is the next official top.
Okay.
So thank you so much for listening. We'll see you soon. And thank you, Amal, for talking to us.
Thank you.
Bye. See you soon.
Ciao.
When we're embarking on a new adventure, discovering what our mind and body are capable of, we cannot learn to trust in ourselves without first finding trust in our surroundings. The introduction of freediving can be a life-changing experience. Double K wants to grow with you. We provide you the support to focus inward, let your worries disappear and just breathe. We lend you our experience to achieve your full potential and share your energy and excitement. We're part of one team. Together, Double K.
today is a great day. Alexei announced world record, and there is really big dives. Andrei Matvenko also. So let's see what happened. I think it will be a great day.
I feel very happy with this biking dive. It's 125 meters. My previous world record was 124, and it was last year. This year, it's my first world record.
I'm in anti-doping from 2003. I could say that I have 20 years of experience, and I could compare this competition with the highest competition where I was present, and that are Olympic Games, FIBA or UEFA championships.
When we're embarking on a new adventure, discovering what our mind and body are capable of, we cannot learn to trust in ourselves without first finding trust in our surroundings. The introduction of freediving can be a life-changing experience. Double K wants to grow with you. We provide you the support to focus inward let your worries disappear and just breathe. We lend you our experience to achieve your full potential and share your energy and excitement. We're part of one team. Together, Double K.
Today is a great day. Alexei announced world record, and there is really big dives. Andrea Matvenko also. So let's see what happened. I think it will be a great day.
I feel very happy with this bifin dive. It's 125 meters. My previous world record was 124, and it was last year. This year, it's my first world record.
I'm in anti-doping from 2003. I could say that I have 20 years of experience, and I could compare this competition with the highest competition where I was present, and that are Olympic Games, FIBA or UEFA Championships.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the second half of the Women's Free Immersion Day here at the ADA Freediving World Championships in Ajaccio, Corsica. We've had an action-packed morning, and we have an estimate of what the podium is going to look like. So we've had Enchante Gallardo to a lovely 94 meters dive, currently standing at a white card. Definitely white card for Enchante. Hopefully that doesn't change during the video review. The final judgment is going to happen in the afternoon after the judges have had a chance to review the video footage from the surface, from the dive eye, from the bottom camera, etc. Our estimate for second place is Marianna Gillespie. She's an individual neutral athlete. She had a lovely dive to 81 meters. And our estimate for the third place is Sahika Ercumen from Turkey. With a 77-meter dive. I'm just going to very quickly check the results online. You can see them on the ADA International website. So you just click the click today's date, click the Freediving World Championship, and click today's date, and you will see the results entered there with very little delay.
Okay, so there's been a lot of debate about Brigitte's surface protocol and some frustrations around why she was given a red card. She was given a red card because she went, I am okay. So she repeated part of the surface protocol twice, and that's why it's a red card. The reason for surface protocol is to show that the judges have a very specific way of judging hypoxia, correct, at first. Every athlete trains that surface protocol. And we have to have rules. And the rule is that they have to say, I'm okay, or I am okay. You can't start it, cough, and then start it again. This is some of the challenges we have on rules. It's not unusual for this specific situation to happen and then a red card to come through. We could change it. We could look at the rule changes, and I'm happy for anybody to send some messages to me if they've got some ideas of how we want any of the rules changing. I'm the technical officer on either board, and I'm the person who, with the technical committee, look at any rule changes that we need to consider going forward. But it's always a balance. We have to have specific rules that the judges can consistently judge on throughout the world. And that's where this one has come from. I was just trying to catch up on some other questions that we hadn't managed to answer because we had an action-packed day. So very quickly before we go to Mojca, INA, International Neutral Athlete, is Russians and Belarusians. And that's based on the Olympic definition. So they are allowed to compete under the INA system, not under their own countries. No other athletes are allowed at this stage. It's not been defined as any other athletes are allowed to compete under that INA status. Okay, so we're coming over to
the starts. We have Mojca Haberman from Slovenia.
Thank you.
So she's announced a PB and a potential national record of 76 meters free immersion. For those of us joining us now, you're going to see Mojca in a few seconds. Free immersion is the discipline where the athlete pulls themselves down by their arms, pulling themselves down on the line, as you can see Mojca doing now. And she's getting some shout-outs. Benny, thanks for cheering her on. It's always great to see the support from the athletes. So Mojca lives in Slovenia. She trains in Slovenia in the winter, but she spends summers in Kalamata doing depth training. So you can really see her pulls kind of lengthening really nicely. And just possibly coming into her free fall soon. As in now.
So
nice relaxed position, nice position. Just holding onto the rope in the nook of her elbow. It's really nice to know where you are in relation to the line, and yet you're still
turning early.
And it's an early turn at 58-ish meters.
So she's had mixed results on this competition so far. She turned early on a CNF. Again, a yellow card. She announced 52 and she went to 45. And on her bifins, she actually failed on her surface protocol. So let's see what she does on this dive. Maybe she can do a nice surface protocol for us.
We have had a lot of early turns yesterday and today. The day before yesterday was a forced rest day where the day was cancelled due to the weather and the amount of swell. There was a storm that hit Corsica that day and the night before. And as a result, the thermocline shifted and it became a lot more abrupt and sudden. We've had athletes mentioning that they are very cold and there's a very sudden and very big temperature drop as they go past the thermocline.
Okay. Nice.
Nice. Looks like that was probably her ears. And I think the equalization kind of fails when, or it has failed for a lot of athletes at the moment when they hit that thermocline.
Yellow card.
And it's a yellow card for the early turn. So the service protocol was good. Still a lovely dive to 50-ish meters.
Yeah. And we'll see, because she did do an early turn on CNF. So maybe we do have some equalization issues with Mojca. We're going to be joined by another athlete at the moment.
30 seconds.
And we're quickly running through divers. So we've got Anne-Sophie.
Anne-Sophie from France.
Introduce yourself, but we're going to focus on Anne-Sophie for this dive. So say hi to everybody.
Hey guys, let's focus on the dive.
2, 1. Official top. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So great to see the shout outs for Anne-Sophie in the chat. Make some noise for her. So she's just doing her final breath, possibly some packing. She's kind of has her back to the camera so we don't see her face, but we're going to see it in a minute as she starts her dive.
Anne-Sophie Passalboni, France, 76 meters, dive time 3 minutes, 3:00.
Okay, so we just got a few technical difficulties with the diver, so we're in and out, so we're going to talk a little bit about it. Anne-Sophie is really interesting. If you are in Corsica and you're here at the moment, tonight her short film Coexistence is going to be screened in the athlete tent at 5:30, which is talking about protecting sharks. She's involved in marine conservation. Has been trying to pass a new regulation with the EU Commission alongside hundreds of NGOs to ban the shark fin trade in Europe. So let's see her dive. What do you think so far? Come on, commentate with us, Sahika.
Sorry. Your voice comes later.
You get it?
So,
yeah.
1 minute.
50 down.
It was quite cold today, actually. That's why I think there are a lot of early turns. But she's going great. And
1 minute 10.
I think she used to this water. Let's see.
1 minute 20.
You can really see her
equalize.
70 down.
I love the close-ups of athletes.
Yeah, touchdown.
1 minute 30.
Touchdown. Coming up.
And now using their effort to do some nice shallow poles to begin with, and then she'll extend those poles. And that's often to protect yourself at depth around barotraumas. Oh, okay.
50.
Sorry. I'm trying to run through different divers. Apologies, that's not Anne-Sophie, but the Coexistence movie is on in the Athletes Village. That's me trying to juggle different comments from different divers. Apologies.
And about 5 different screens, 5 to 6 different screens in front of us. But Anne-Sophie Passalboni.
2 minutes.
She is a journalist though as well.
Of safety.
She is indeed, and she is a journalist with the local paper, Cause Matin. And the most important for her in the diving is the community, and we're getting to enjoy the hospitality of the lovely Corsican divers here.
She's quite fast.
She is indeed.
10 meters. 1 minute.
And just a few more pulls to get her to the surface. Some coaching in French. Very nice and clean surface protocol by the looks of it. And she has the tag as well. She just grabbed it from her from the Velcro on the thigh of her wetsuit. And she does look like this dive took some effort, but ultimately it looked like a lovely card. Beautiful. This was a personal best for her. So she's added a meter to her personal best, which was previously 75 meters. So I'm so happy for her. That looked like a fantastic dive, and I actually really enjoyed it. Next up is Emily Padjen from the USA. She lives and trains in Dominica, and she runs the Deep Dominica Freediving Center.
8, 9, 10. Emily Padjen, USA, 75 meter, dive time 2 minutes 55 seconds, 2:55.
So Deep Dominica have just had a big competition over there, and so she's not new to competing, but it is new. It is her first time at the World Championships.
30 seconds.
She was very focused on adjusting to the colder water.
40 seconds.
And let's see how she manages with the thermocline.
40 down.
50 seconds.
50 down.
1 minute.
So nice free fall
60 down.
from Padjen.
110.
Obviously, she does work in Dominica and Sofia, so like the challenges from Dominica to Corsica
70 down.
120.
The weather. Slightly off,
and she's
on the she was
130.
taking
a few moments to tuck that tag in
time.
Mm-hmm.
And I know, like, I do have an obsession on turns.
140.
That's fine. I can accept any call-outs from that. I work with a lot of divers. I judge a lot of athletes. And one of the things I have concerns about is when they take a little bit too much time down at the bottom. Because that's adding a little bit of time on their dive.
2 minutes.
And they're obviously, it's quite precision when they're diving. They know what dive time they're doing. Padjen has announced a 2:55 dive with a 1:25 for half time.
This should be a super challenging dive for her, I don't think, because her free immersion personal best is ranks her second in the USA with 85 meters. And her personal best by the looks of it is 90 meters.
Yes,
so we know she can do more, so she's announced a relatively conservative
230.
dive, and we see that the thermocline didn't affect or didn't cause her to early turn today. So I'm hoping for a nice surface protocol and a white card for Padjen.
And she has promised to come on to correct my massive faux pas from the other day when I was doing commentary on her. So
breathe, breathe, breathe.
Come on.
Breathe, breathe, breathe. Signal.
Good surface protocol. Needed to get a good few breaths in.
yeah, lips are starting to return to the right color.
I didn't have my belt.
I
didn't know where to put my tag. I'm so exhausted down there.
Okay.
So this is the importance of
white card.
And white card for Padjen. Beautiful. I'm so happy for her. That looked like a fantastic dive, but like Catherine said, the turn could be improved by taking a shorter amount of time to stow the tag away. But we heard her say
that with the belt.
We heard her say that she didn't have her belt. Exactly. And suddenly.
So she's got that memory muscle where she puts the tag normally. She didn't have it. and that's where she was adapting to it. We've got really short times in between these dives, so we're going to focus on the next athlete from Belgium.
Marine Simonis, who has announced 73 meters, which is more than her personal best of 70 meters. This is a possible national record for Belgium if she gets the dive, so fingers crossed for Marine. And she trains, she lives in Belgium in the winter and trains in Nice in the summer, Nice in France.
30 seconds.
She works as a sports physio, and I think part of her mental preparation was, she mentioned she was trying not to be too superstitious. I do like when people have...
Okay.
Yeah, that's what she said in the survey, yeah. But I'm not sure what that was exactly referenced to, but, you know, people might have a lucky piece of clothing or a series of small movements they might do before they start their dive.
1 minute.
But she's
Going
looking
nicely in free fall.
There's a big mouth filled with the cheeks inflated.
She should definitely have the equalization.
Fingers crossed she does have it. And you can see the dive eyes light glinting off her goggles. She's holding on to the rubber bands around her thigh again. Very nice and comfortable
She's
position.
getting ready.
Come on, keep going, Marine.
Nice. Absolutely. Really nice turn.
Good turn. Good turn. Okay, you got the good turn. It's like a little gold star. We'll stick it into your dive log booklet if you have one. You know, gold
I'm
star
carrying
from Catherine.
I'm just passing on Andrea Sakari's knowledge and continuing tradition for the big man who's in the blue now.
150.
But yeah, nice. Very nice. And she clearly had an alarm on. So for newer athletes or freedivers, the athletes will have alarms at different times, and quite often they have an alarm to pre-warn them that they're coming towards the bottom plate, so that they can get ready for it. And she definitely was getting ready a few meters before that turn.
So looking at the YouTube comments, no, this is not a fake video. This is live. You're seeing this live from Corsica. And yes, one breath and 70 meters deep. You should have seen yesterday's video. There was somebody who went to 125 meters on a single breath. So 70 meters is still a beautiful dive and a lovely
Really
performance.
Nice. I like the strong, wide arm pulls that she's really just taking the time now.
Love that. Yeah. So elegant as well. And up on the surface. Come on, Marine.
Beautiful. Really nice.
Beautiful surface protocol.
That is a national record if she gets a white card.
Come on. She's just waiting for her result.
We've got some really positive comments for her. Marianne's hand movements are so hydrodynamic.
They are.
Amazing relaxed techniques, so nice to watch from Pepe.
Beautiful to watch.
Alexander's saying nice.
20.
Desi Diver, who's always tuning in, and I don't really know your real name, is saying whoa, perfection. And Kim Dalgren is saying very nice dive. Yeah, it was a beautiful dive. See?
Definitely beautiful to watch.
And a beautiful national record.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Next up is Marta Gil from España.
2,
and you can hear
4, 5,
her coach
6,
translating.
7, 8, 9, 10.
You can hear her coach translating the countdown for her in Spanish.
Spain.
One of the
73 meters.
male athletes.
Dive time 2 minutes 40 seconds. 2:40.
So this is again 3 meters past her training record in the last 3 months.
20 down.
She's done 72 meters. I attempted it in the Colombian Cup this year.
13 seconds.
But had a red card for that.
30 down.
But has got a white card for 70.
Which ranks her second in the Spanish records.
So last year she did 70 in the World Championships.
40 down.
So she's looking to add 3 meters on this. Nice, strong pulse going to the free fall.
50 down.
Adding another little arm pull for that.
1 minute.
A little arm pull.
A little arm pull. Is that my Northwestern coming out?
Possibly.
60 down.
There's another
I mean,
pull
it's
there.
actually a little bit of a
110.
relaxation habit that she pulls every now and again.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what that is.
70 down.
She's reaching the candy cane, reaching the stopper,
Touchdown.
grabbing the tag. And you can see there's no question of where she's putting the tag. It went onto the Velcro on her thigh. And she's using
130.
small, rapid little movements. And you can see her gradually slowing them down, but increasing the amplitude of her
140.
pulls. And really getting the full extension of her arm on the way up. And when her hand is in the bottom position as well.
150.
And she got a national record in the bifins in this competition.
2 minutes.
So she's had she had 2 white cards, so she's having a nice competition.
30 up.
Clearly adapted to the conditions here.
210.
Mid 51.
1 minute 30 seconds.
Coming up to the 20-meter mark
Up.
with a beautiful,
220.
elegant, nicely slowing down but keeping the big pulls.
As in total a 2 minute 40 seconds dive for those athletes who are listening in about how fast or slow divers are. About the same.
Respira. Respira.
And you can see here the Spanish coaching, encouraging her to breathe, and a very quick, strong surface protocol. Now she just needs to keep breathing, stay up on the rope. Where is your tag? The tag's not in your hood, the tag's down on your thigh. Oh, she looks happy with that.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
And it's a white card. Marta Gil from Spain, free immersion, 73 meters.
Happy
It's a birthday! No way!
Thank you so much.
Well, that's a great way to celebrate your birthday. I used to go on freediving trips on my birthday as well. So happy for her.
One tip for athletes where they're a little bit nervous about their tag, wait until the judge asks for your tag. Don't quickly do your surface program and then try and find it. Wait, you've got all the time in the world at that point for you to show them the tag. They ask for it and then you can show it. So now we've got the second Spanish athlete, Laia
Sopeña. She lives in Tenerife, or at least used to live there anyway when I was there. She lives near Tapaipa, which is not far from Santa Cruz de Tenerife. And she is a yoga teacher and a freediving instructor. And you can see her, she has a lovely, elegant technique. Diving in Tenerife is lovely. You can dive year-round, and there's very few days, especially the sort of eastern side of the island near Santa Cruz is quite well sheltered. Are we going to see a nice arrow position for a free fall? I thought she almost was going to do that, but she kind of continued to do some nice slow pulls. You can see her. No, there's an arrow position for the free fall.
She's got a nice mouthful. She's working on that. Now she's put her arms into that position.
1 minute.
There was a little bit of fidgeting going on until she got comfortable, but now she's really got into that nice position.
1 minute 10.
We haven't seen a lot of people free fall with an arrow position. It's probably just very comfortable for her. She has, I'd imagine she has good shoulder mobility from all the yoga and the freediving that she does.
Instructs her as well.
That's right, yeah.
So yeah, a little bit missing the turn. It came to her quicker than she expected, maybe. Probably because of that adjustments that she was making going into free fall. But now she's going to work nicely to...
1 minute 40.
Her nose clip is off at 50 meters.
Okay.
I think that just fell off.
Yeah, fall off.
I would
1
hate
minute
that.
50.
But what can you do? All you can do is keep ascending.
Yeah. I know last time I was judging, she was wearing a mask, but with no strap. So the pressure of the face was keeping the mask on. So she's moved recently towards the nose clip.
She does hold the Spanish national record in constant weight with 95 meters. So we know that equalization-wise, she can certainly do a lot more. And her previous competition results in free immersion, this discipline, was 60 meters, ranking her third among the Spanish ladies in free immersion. But if she gets this, that's going to be a very nice personal best for her.
And Joel says that she has an easy time doing handstands than walking up straight. You definitely know where. So now the first thing she does is an OK sign, and that starts her surface protocol. And she said, I'm OK.
That was a nice surface protocol, I think. She does look maybe a little tired. Am I projecting here? Projecting my own tiredness.
Yes.
But
she's happy.
White card, congratulations.
Woo! And yes, Laia, the ocean is lucky to have her. And we're happy to have her here as well. And that was, I loved watching that dive. With a smile at the end and some very nice, elegant technique. Next up is Eva Andre from France.
Let's have a look at what we know about Eva. Yeah, we're trying to fix this. You're hearing this sound issue on the
2, 1, Sahika +1,
streaming as well as us.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So Eva's from France, and they have got a big team here. It's their home advantage.
Dive time 2 minutes 40 seconds. 2:40.
So she's been diving since 2019.
20 down.
So she's starting with really long arm pulls, really taking the advantage of the
40 seconds.
Close. Sorry, we are trying to fix that sound. And now at 45, she's going in. So she's using elastics on her legs, which some of the athletes do, to keep her relaxation. And you can see the movement of her equalization there as well. Really nice.
60 down.
She's done a good bit of competitions in Nice.
110.
And she has been to the...
Touchdown.
Didn't compete at the last year's World Championships, but she did go to the pre-competition. And she's also competed in vertical blue in the Bahamas in 2022. So she has a good bit of competition, especially depth competition experience under her belt. And she's only really ever competed in constant weight and in free immersion.
140.
So today and the next day, the constant weight ladies day, which is the day after tomorrow, I believe, is really going to be
only
her
one
style.
last dive for the girls.
One last dive. Okay, well after this, one last dive for the girls. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So that's nice. She's
Don't
really
tell me that. I'm sad now.
taking that fluidity. She's really moving her shoulders, doing what I always call like a dance, free immersion dance.
It does look like a dance.
Yeah.
It is a dance. I mean, look at you can kind of see her whole back
and she's
moving into that shoulder movement.
Put in a few kicks in.
20 up.
So if you ever see William Winram from Canada in free immersion, he does a lot of leg kicks as he's going up, no leg kicks. And she's doing the same, and completely okay to do that in this discipline.
Unfortunately, that's not the wind. I hope we were able to fix it now. And Eva has...
Nice. Very nice.
Very nice. And she has the tag.
I think she enjoyed that dive by that smile.
It does look like she enjoyed that dive. And it did look like very elegant free immersion dance. I'm going to steal that. I know it's copyright, Catherine, but I'm going to steal it.
Congratulations.
We'll wait for the
white card.
And it's a white card, of course.
Guys, it's not the wind on our mics. The guys have been trying to find out what's going on. We're getting it as well as you, so bear with us. But as we keep saying to you, we are in the middle of the ocean, and I don't know how many times I've been watching Dive Eye, I've been working with Dive Eye. I'm still like absolutely amazed that we can do this sort of technology in the middle of an ocean. Okay, so we got Nikita next.
3, 4, 5.
Nikita Fima Atriu from Indonesia. She's announced 65 meters. Her personal best is 60 meters, and that could be a national record for Indonesia. So I really hope.
Nikita Fima Atriu, Indonesia, 65 meters, dive time 2 minutes 25 seconds. 2:25.
So Nikita is starting with some nice long pulls in the 20-meter region. She lives in Jakarta in Indonesia, and she did mention that she needs to get used to the thermocline. Again, it seems that the thermocline today is so strong, and actually yesterday, that it throws off even the local athletes who are very much used to these waters and used to maybe a gentler thermocline. But again, it's just the weather in the last few days has really strengthened that thermocline. So I hope Nikita manages with that thermocline. Her childhood dream was to become a mermaid. And good news for her is that she fell in love in freediving, and now she works as a mermaid and a mermaid instructor. So I'm hoping to really see some very elegant free immersion dance on the way up from her. She's just arriving to the candy cane. The bottom of the rope, just above the yellow stopper, is called the candy cane. And she's using some short, strong pulls to get her going on the ascent. And then counted 5 or 6 pulls maybe, and then she's lengthening her pulls, still putting a lot of power into them, but making it a bit more elongated.
Yeah, and Nikita always has a lot of fans watching in from Indonesia. She seems okay with the thermocline. I think
she got to the bottom, so I think
she's been training here. She's done the cormorant depth competition earlier. She had white cards in that.
That was in July.
She had
2 months ago.
White card in the bifins as well. So hopefully we're going to see a nice
20 up.
surface protocol and a white card.
So Nikita, people are cheering you on in the YouTube chat. We have Atalia, Raisa, Coco, Eline.
And I want to say banana hammock.
Banana hammock.
Amazing.
Love that username. It's a fantastic handle. Well
so now
done.
she's just looking up. She's floating up beautifully. She's really taking the opportunity to save her energy and float up.
Breathe, not sleep. Sign.
Beautiful surface protocol, I think.
With the golden suits.
Really positive coaching as well. You could really hear somebody shouting at her in terms of and the tag.
She's got one tag. She's probably got another sneaky tag in there from what we can see.
Maybe that's just the rubber band from that one tag. Who knows?
I know that trick.
Oh no!
No.
Oh no! She does have a sneaky tag. National record for Indonesia with 65 meters free immersion. Beautiful.
Nice competition. We got past the previous one. So now we have Kasia.
20. You're so happy 20. You can say your name now.
No, I just happy that I registered. It's Kasia, and with that name. If you didn't know, on the first day, this is someone I know really well. And I tried to pronounce her full name instead of just saying what I always say to her. Kasia. She said name that she uses. And we had lots of fun from people ringing me, sending voice messaging, including herself. telling me how
Magdalena
to
giving her a shout out in the YouTube chat. Hey, Magdalena. Great to see you're watching.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you again at Noxy Cup in November.
20.
And we have Kasia just finishing up her breathe up. You can see that she has a snorkel that has a little foam around it,
Wrzosek, Poland,
so that
60
it stays on the surface.
Dive time 2 minutes 40 seconds. 2:40.
Nice. So now we're going to see
An interesting
It's a
kind
nice
of crawling
shot.
style
pose. Yeah.
on the start of the dive, and now she's lengthening her arm pulls. I'd be really curious to see how people kind of time their dives.
30
You know, like
seconds.
every sports
20
performance,
down.
you know, you can divide your dives up into sections, and that start is maybe you say you do 10 small powerful pulls to get
40
you past
seconds.
that very strong positive buoyancy and get you underneath the surface, which is what Kasia has done. And then after that, you kind of go into your
50 seconds.
longer pulls, and then when
40
your
down.
alarm on the watch goes off, then you might start your free fall, as Kasia has done here. You can
1
see
minute.
her just gliding down the rope motionlessly. So I know it
50
looks like she's
down.
not going anywhere, but in fact she is just gliding down the rope.
And I know
110.
she did a post for the other day saying thank you to Alina and Oleg and Coach
120.
Fabio for helping to improve her free fall position and other skills. And she gave me a nice thank you with Pim because she actually processed her
50 up.
130.
dive in July around her turn. But she actually said that it was invaluable. She didn't succeed in the process, but it's invaluable learning,
140.
which is why I
40
always
up.
say to athletes, protest if you wish. It's not a negative, and maybe you win
150.
like bitter, or you gain from it, as Kasia did.
30 up.
Kasia's going to be smiling on the way up for sure.
Mid 51.
Dive time 2 minutes.
So you heard that, 2 minutes, and her dive time.
20 up.
Pippin,
210.
we're trying. I've actually switched over microphones. We're trying to fix whatever the problem is with our sound.
10 meters.
Nice. We're coming up.
Breathe.
And she's
Kasia.
coming up onto the
Breathe.
surface.
Breathe.
Okay.
And keep on breathing.
Nice.
That was such a cheerful surface protocol. I love it.
Good one.
And she's hanging really relaxed. There's no question that she's strong enough, but this is the nice long arm pull up on the line.
And you can see she has a sleeve on her wrist that she attached the tag to.
White card.
There's the Velcro. And it's a white card for Kasia.
Nice.
Beautiful. We're so happy for people's successes. Meanwhile, on the other line, we have Clémentine Marie from France getting the last 20 seconds of her countdown. The way freediving works, for those of you who don't know, is at a competition you get a countdown from 2 minutes, and you have to start after the official top. Maximum of 30. You have a maximum of 30 seconds to start after the official top. We've seen, I believe it was Sahika, who used almost the entire 30 seconds. And Clémentine is just finishing her breathe up with some long packing.
Clementine doesn't do. She normally goes within the 10 seconds, and she did put her face in. Whoa, a little bit of a.
Wonder whose camera fell into the water. Oh, that was just the dive eye. Okay, the dive eye can handle the water. So we are getting some waves, and we're sitting on two boats that are connected together, which is why you might see the occasional wobble in the view. But now at the depth of 16 meters, we can see Clémentine pretty nicely. Gloves are allowed in depth competitions.
Yeah, sure.
30 seconds.
And they aren't allowed in pool. But in depth they are allowed because they don't really give you that much advantage in depth.
No, there are specifics around like wet gloves, etc. But normal gloves, dive gloves, are allowed, and athletes like to use them, especially if they're diving in cold conditions.
50
Athletes
seconds.
like to use them. And they also like to use them free immersion for the grip. Some athletes prefer that. So yeah, They're completely loud. So far in the competition, Clementine has had a white card and a yellow card. White card for CNF and yellow card for Bifins, where she turned early. So let's see if that was an equalization problem on her Bifins and whether we've been able to manage it in free immersion. She's coming up.
1 minute.
So Daiva's just gone a little bit, and what you're seeing is the judge, which I think is Janzi, who
1
is
minute 30.
holding the line, and she holds the line so she can communicate to the dive boat. We have sonar, we have dive, and then we have judge, so that if anything fails, we have at least other things. So
we see her
what
showing an
Janzi
OK
is just
signal.
in is done the OK signal, and that's what she's received from the other three the safety divers. They signal between them up. We've got dive back now.
20 up.
Diver inside.
So, okay. So nice. So looks okay so far.
One more.
Clementine's going to take the mask off.
Nice surface
Do the
protocol.
okay, and say I'm okay.
I really hope she's gonna get the white card.
She always looks like she's going to doubt she's going to get it.
Yes, that's true.
And I'm not sure why. So we've got Kasia with us. I said your name right. I said your name.
Yes, thank you, Catherine.
And it's a white card for Clementine Marie
I'm
from
so
France.
happy for Clem.
Well done.
That's a nice dive. So we have got Kasia. We're rushing the times between us
Rushing
quite quick.
to one. Yep.
So we're going to talk about the diver when they start to go, but we can talk a little bit about your dives. You're having a nice competition, huh?
Yes, I think it's one of the most
30
amazing
seconds.
adventures in my whole life, to be very honest. I was very worried because my training cycle was absolutely disturbed, destroyed. And
20.
yeah, I was injured and out of water for 2 months. But I'm making the best of it.
10.
10 seconds.
You had a lot of people cheering you on from Poland, including Magdalena.
5, 4.
Yes,
3,
they are
It's great to
amazing.
see.
Magdalena should be here with us.
One.
Hello, Magda.
3,
But due to some personal
5,
reasons, she was not
6,
able to come.
7, 8, 9, 10.
But yeah, the Polish team is pretty amazing, to be honest. It's my very first competition in national team.
Yeah.
And everyone is so supportive.
20.
So
Now.
let's have a look at Emily
Bertrand Lucas Emily
from France, who's
58
announced
meter. Dive time
58
10
meters,
seconds.
which is
2,
not quite her personal best,
dive.
which is absolutely not quite her personal best though. It's her personal best looks like it's 65 meters. She is a local diver here from Corsica, but she lives and trains on the other side of the island in Bastia. And
30
like many of
seconds.
us, she's balancing her work, her family family obligations, and she's quite new to completing.
40
so
seconds.
I think a 58-meter dive is a beautiful,
40 down.
you know, it's going to be a beautiful
Absolutely.
performance for her.
Yeah.
Fingers
People
crossed.
Looks nice.
50 seconds.
But it's interesting that she keeps her arm bended.
50 down.
1
It
minute.
does look like a very relaxed position, though, even though she has her elbow bent, like you mentioned. Okay, there was a bit of a wave, so we didn't quite see the
110.
entirety of the turn. Kath, what do you think of the turn?
I'm
50 up.
I'm liking the turn. She can speed it up a little bit, but it was very
120.
technically nice. How
40 up.
minimize the movements. And now she's
130.
trying to get some stronger pulls in.
Yes, and really nice, relaxed legs.
30 up.
140.
She's definitely doing that free immersion dance now. I can see that.
Yeah. And a little kick.
Mid 52. 20 up.
I love the gentle little flicking of the feet. Fantastic job, Emily. Keep it up and focus on your service protocol.
As we said, she's one of the athletes who got a red card on CNF, but she got a nice white card on Bifins in this competition. So,
oh, this looks smooth and nice.
Fast, yeah. She has the white card. Sorry, white tag.
I looked away for 2 seconds and I already missed her surface protocol.
Yeah,
it was pretty fast.
Yeah,
nice, nice.
So she has capacity for more, definitely.
Yeah, certainly, for sure.
So that's a white card.
White
for
card
her.
for Emily. Very nice.
What are we expecting? I say this question to athletes. I don't mean what you're going to announce, but what we going to be expecting from monofin? Are you going to do it? Are you going to do it in bifins?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do it in bifins because I don't own a monofin.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, I'm looking for sponsors. So, hello.
Any sponsors watching? Make sure you sponsor Kasia with a monofin.
Yeah,
she has a really beautiful smile. She's a very positive person.
Lovely dives as well.
Yeah,
huge potential for sponsorship. She has a huge potential going forward.
Yeah, so I really cannot wait for the last dive because here, actually, I fell in love in bifins.
Nice.
Previously, my favorite.
See,
Yes.
there's a benefit not having a monofin. You get to do bifins dive twice.
Yes, exactly. But with mono, it's easier to go deeper, right? Because it's so fast. And I would love to try it once.
8, 9, 10.
So next up is Gloria Stetsenko from Latvia. So she is our second Latvian competitor. In the first half of the competition, we saw Yulia Marievich, also from Latvia. And Gloria is the local paparazzi. If you check her out on Instagram, you're going to see stories upon stories upon stories of us walking around, faffing, talking, working on the organizing of the competition, obviously, athletes preparing, and seeing beautiful Corsica. So some lovely pulls by Gloria there.
30 seconds.
Yes, this is what I was going to say about her. She's absolutely brilliant in being paparazzi.
40 seconds.
30 down.
She's actually she trains a lot in the pool and doesn't get as many opportunities for training in
50
depth.
seconds.
From my memory, you can correct me later, Gloria.
40 down.
But so she's working on her equalization.
1 minute.
I had a feeling, and I may be wrong here, right? But I had a feeling that maybe she wasn't getting the full extension of her arm pull, which might be maybe a mobility limitation or a technique that she has to, or might want to work on. So we can see on the way up.
120.
This is the one discipline that you don't practice in the pool. I do actually have a way of doing it in the pool. In Dahab, we put two poles down and put the line down here.
Yeah.
She says yes, you know. So some people do practice free immersion in the pool.
I never tried this, but yeah, it is possible.
Yeah.
You can practice it dry. You put a rope into a pulley and you just, you know, you're...
This is also...
she's smiling. She knows. It's an easy dive.
I love it.
That's beautiful.
I love when they do that.
It's the paparazzi in her. She sees a camera, she has to acknowledge it. And,
yeah, but she's in front of the camera now, though.
Yeah.
And we saw in the break, the photographers were getting a video taken of them, and they were just saying, oh, this is why we're behind the cameras. So Gloria, very nice dive.
Oh, okay.
So she took off her nose clip, and then she took off her hood, and then she gave a signal and said, I'm okay. That extra gesture of taking off the hood shouldn't affect her?
I think this one is allowed.
One facial wipe, one movement with the hood. It's fine.
So that was the hood movement. Okay, perfect. Yeah, yeah. I know about the facial wipe. I was just wondering about the hood.
Yeah.
White card for Gloria Stetsenko. Ah, look at that. She's so happy. I love the big smile after the dives.
Oh yes.
Nice. So what's the temperature like? Everyone's telling us it's cold. You're Polish, but you dive in Dahab, so come on. You have both options in your body.
Yeah, to be honest, I arrived here straight from Sharm, where it was even more warm than in Dahab.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It was 32 degrees on the surface.
Wow.
My first session here was a disaster. But now it's okay, really. It's really, you feel it, like the water
20.
conditions changed after the storms and winds.
Yeah.
But it's still okay.
Cool. So we got Lily next.
5, 4, 3,
Lily Crespi
2,
is a French
1.
athlete. She has been freediving, teaching, coaching athletes for about 10 or 12 years. So she has an immense amount of experience. She has struggled and worked out
2 minutes.
everything you can possibly struggle with within diving. She's an excellent coach. I can testify that myself. She lives and trains in Nice, but unfortunately this year he had a pretty tough year. She got selected for the French team based on her constant weight no fins performance of 50 meters in the Cormorant Depth Challenge in July here in Ajaccio in Corsica. But she, between then and now, she didn't really have a lot of time or opportunity to train simply due to a variety of factors. So once she got her constant weight no fins dive out of the way on the first day of the competition, her main aim is just to have beautiful dives, very enjoyable ones, and she loved her bifins ones. She was sad when she came up to the stopper. We remember seeing her, she kind of fell asleep and went past the stopper. You were expecting a perfect turn from her. And let's see if she gives us that perfect turn.
She's, I don't know if that's the dive I jumping her down or something going on with, but I think it was the dive.
I think it's the dive eye kind of bouncing up and down. There's a small amount of hesitation is what I was seeing, but she's come up to the stopper and she has the tag.
See,
120.
she proves me right. I watched so many bottom footage Lily, I know her turns. So that's a nice turn. She's now just elements of concentration with the arms. Really next to the line, so the work is going through the arms. There's no work from the core. If you're a bit further away from the line, you're going to be using your core muscles as well as your arm muscles. So that's very nice.
Dahab freedivers sending the boss energy to you, Lily. So come on.
20 up.
Yeah, Kate. Is everybody watching it in the office today at Dahab freedivers? Or are they all busy working? Let me know.
10 meters.
So now you can see that she's just really relaxing into it, doing nice long pulls. Let go of the line a little bit because she's got the buoyancy.
I love the light glinting off the line close to the surface. She's getting coached in French. And the smile. The last step of the surface protocol. You can see that she has a piece of Velcro around her wrist, which is where she attached the tag. And she's smiling and laughing now. She made that look easy.
Yeah.
Distance, white card.
And it's a white card. Beautiful.
So a question which I think we can go to, we've got a minute before the next dive, is how the judge levels promoted from E to D to C. So there's a number of factors. You can actually look at it if you want on the IDA website. If you go to documents and then click on judges, there's an IOP, which explains how you move from one to another. But it's a combination of each competition you get so many points. And that points is basically how many athletes and how many judges there are on the competition. And then you need to be able to do some continuous education. You need to do so many world championships as a judge or a judge assistant. And you need to support a judge instructor in teaching judge courses. And that's how you get the promotion. And from E to D, there's also an additional course that will be introduced that you will be needing to be completed. So now we've got Anne-Sophie, which is the Anne-Sophie I was talking about earlier, so we're going to talk about her. So, Anne-Sophie is the documentary maker. I got the wrong Anne-Sophie earlier.
50 meters, dive time, 2 minutes, 10 seconds.
This is her first free immersion in competition, and her PB is actually 55 meters. So she's chosen to do slightly reduction in PB. She mainly practices free immersion during her training, but with fins, which all of us do at times. But she's taken the opportunity to do this dive. She actually only arrived in Corsica on Saturday,
30 down.
one day before her bifins dive. So
we're seeing her back at the moment, and I see one of her hands up to her face. I can't exactly see if... Did we see if she dived with a mask? Maybe she's equalizing.
Turning.
Early turn.
Yeah,
Early turn at about 40-ish meters, 45 meters. Yeah, that is a mask, so she would have been pinching her nose to equalize her ears that way.
So, Anne-Sophie, I never got to critique your free fall, because that was one of her concerns on this. But the key message, one of the things that I think she wants to get out is that she did a short film, Coexistence, which is going to be screened in the Athletes Village this afternoon at 5:30, which is about shark conservation and the protection of our oceans and our sharks. And the reason she only arrived here so late was because she was at a festival where Coexistence, the movie, won an Ocean Conservation Award. And she had to go and get that award, which is pretty cool. We do have a lot of people who do different jobs as well as freediving, and it's fascinating when you get to talk to people about that. She actually started in the cenotes, freediving in the cenotes. That's beautiful.
Okay, and she's up on the surface, taking off her mask and saying, lovely surface protocol.
So she's off to Dominica in November and December to train and participate in the Deep Dominica competition.
Yellow card, early turn.
No card.
Yellow card for the early turn, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's one of those tricky questions when judges. So we know somebody's turned early because we either heard it on the sonar or we can know from their pulling early, yeah? And then it's like, rather than presuming, you always have to do this. As a British person, it's awkwardness. So do you have a card? Do you have a tag? You don't have a tag for me. And I say the same sentence every time, and I feel like, but I have to ask, do you have a tag, even though I know you don't? Okay, here we go
take off
next.
the gauge and see the depth. So we've Lulu Staberg from Germany. Lulu is a primary school teacher. She lives in a small village near Stuttgart. And in the past, she did a lot of triathlon and open water swimming.
20.
So she's coming from an athletic background into freediving. She has 2 kids, and they're in their late teens. So she has her
10.
job and her family and her freediving training as well. So this is her first depth
4,
competition.
3, 2, 1.
She's had an amazing competition so far. White cards for both her previous disciplines. So clearly enjoying
Lulu
competition.
Staberg, Germany, 46
Okay,
meters.
freediving saying
Dive
go,
time,
Lulu.
2 minutes, 2 seconds, 2:02.
Lulu has been working a good bit on doing free immersion and constant weight no fins with a nose clip. So I really hope that the work pays off.
20 down.
30 seconds.
So yeah,
She's certainly
hopefully
looking
she's going to
good
be working.
in the 30-meter region.
40 seconds.
Good, nice into free fall at 30 meters. So she's going to enjoy 16 meters of free fall. She's got her arm out to one
50
side.
seconds.
A little bit, maybe to stabilize herself, or maybe it's kind of an unconscious movement, I guess. But the
40 down.
It's interesting to see different athletes, different perspectives. Come on, Lulu, grab that tag around using goggles versus mask versus
110.
No mask and nose clip only, and just letting the water flow past your eyes, which can be a bit.
40 up.
Oh, we saw a little heart. We saw a little heart on the dive eye.
She's very comfortable on this dive for sure.
Definitely. Well, and a smile. So I think the training with the nose clip has really paid off for her.
Yeah.
So viel Glück, Lulu. Grüße aus Stuttgart. More hearts. Come on, Lulu. Get that dive. Get the surface protocol out of the way. We love a sweet diver who's saying hello to us through the dive eye camera, but make sure you focus on your dive. You're so close.
10 meters.
She can obviously do more because she is looking very comfortable.
Yeah.
And it was very confidently went down to the 46-meter bottom plate. Okay, come on. Focus on your surface protocol. Mask off. Nose clip off.
I'm okay.
Perfect surface protocol by the looks of that. Yeah, very comfortable. She has a lot more in the tank, which is kind of what you like to see, you know.
We got Eva Boston saying hi. Eric is cheering everybody on. Mark says hi to you.
Can we see it?
Mark.
Yes.
Delarina saying hello to Lily.
Then you can get this one, white card.
And it's a white card for
Three white cards in this
Germany.
competition. Very nice.
3 dives, 3 white cards. That is fantastic. And we have Lily Crespi with us in the Cozy Commentators Corner.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How was that dive? Did you get the beautiful dive that you wanted?
Not as good as the bifins. It was, I mean, the thermocline is quite strong. Like, I don't know. It was fine. I just couldn't really free fall that straight, so I was not 100% relaxed because I was always readjusting my position. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know if it was current or if it's just me.
No, there was a few people the same, like slightly off at an angle. So there's a few people today.
So
there could be some current.
Of course, when you're constantly readjusting your position, you can't really relax fully, but it was fine.
20.
You had everybody in Dahab watching. So you're good.
Oh, hello, Dahab family. See you in a month.
10.
I was going to say, so that was a plug so you can say when you're coming back.
5, 4.
Okay, so we got Janita from Finland.
Official time, +1.
Perkele.
2, 3, 4.
So she's been coached by... I had to put a Perkele in there. So she's been...
46 meters.
Free immersions, Janita. Free immersion, Janita.
She's doing this
that's
intentionally.
allowed.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, she's there. She wanted to do another no-fins dive.
Ah, okay.
That's the surprise. Okay.
I mean, it is allowed.
20 down.
You can...
I want to check. I will check one thing. Did her no-fins dive not go so well for her previously?
Okay.
Okay, no, that took me totally by surprise, to be honest with you. I thought she just kind of forgot that it's the free immersion day. It would happen to me, right? I'm not making assumptions about other athletes, and it's an early turn.
And then she's
at
turned.
30-ish meters.
She actually did a national record on the first day, the white card. But in the back, somebody told me this story, but I've got so much information in my head. We didn't even do Abdel's question of the day earlier, did we?
No, we forgot the question of the day from Abdel.
We'll do that next.
Yeah, so she did a national record to 46 meters on constant weight no fins. Maybe she just kind of wanted to repeat that in a high pressure World Championships depth competition environment. I'm not sure.
She did it. She did it in this competition as well, I think.
Some people might also see this competition as a kind of warm-up before the CMAS. I don't know.
Really, Lily?
Well,
really?
No, this is a celebration because the safe, organized competition in France is AIDA, and then they go for the swim down competition in CMAS.
sorry.
We are just slugging each other. Banana Hammock, I also thought that she just forgot.
I know,
that
we'll
it's a free
check
immersion day.
because we can grab her coach to maybe double check. Okay, now we've got
last competitor of the day, Estefania de Hook from Costa Rica. It's great to see kind of countries where you don't know much about the freediving scene, or you don't often see them at competitions. Maybe that's my ignorance. Maybe they do have a big freediving scene. I'm just not aware of it. But so Estef is here from Costa Rica, and being here, she mentioned that being here inspires her to train harder. She works as an organizer for a women-only fishing competition over there. So again, her work connects her very much to the ocean as well, and I think it's great to. I guess fishing is kind of the sport that I know very little about fishing, but it's also the sport that is stereotypically a kind of mostly done by men, at least for a layperson who knows very, very little about the sport, which is absolutely not the case for freediving.
I have no idea how the conditions are.
30 seconds.
No, me neither. She hasn't told us if she trains over there or if she trains abroad. I can see if I can find out very quickly while she's doing the final few breaths of her breathe up.
Yes. She's wearing gloves.
They look like thick neoprene gloves. So I've seen some people. I think it was Kasha who wore sort of the builder's gloves. Kind of gloves that you would do DIY in to protect your hands from the rope, the chafing of the rope in free immersion. But these look like diving gloves, neoprene ones to keep your hands warm in colder waters.
Costa Rica, 33 meter, dive time, 1 minute 20 seconds.
Matty from Finland just wears gardening gloves. He prefers them to competition swimming gloves. But this is nice. It's very gloves. If you have a challenge on the grip.
Yeah, to give a good grip. And like in Philippines, we were wearing them also for jellyfish.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
She wanted to protect every single inch of skin.
Yeah. So she's doing a nice dive.
Yeah.
So she lives in
40 seconds.
Quepos, Costa Rica, and that's where she trains as well.
Oh, easy.
She's actually got a 45-meter dive as a national record.
Coming up.
So she's chosen to do a nice.
Oh, she's keeping the tag in her hand. It looks like.
We have seen some people. I think it was Lisa who kept the tag in her hands.
It always makes me stressed because you have much more risk of losing it during one of the pulls.
Definitely. I love the different strategies of people using for the tags, and if she's trained with the tag in her hand, then obviously you shouldn't change that for the competition, as you've taught me. Don't change
the worst
your
one was
technique.
in July. Someone had it in their mouth. Now this,
mouth is like, don't even think about it.
It make me feel nervous for them. Like, they changed it after the second day actually. They told them to. This is nice.
I think the little patches of Velcro are great on your.
I'm okay.
Now, one of the things is that she was debating which hand to do the OK sign with.
Yes.
You can have the OK sign and you can hold the tag at the same time. The tag can be in between, the goggles can be in between your fingers. That is all OK to do. And for athletes to wear it, just throw the tag to the front.
Just throw it
away. The judges have seen it.
White card.
And it's a white card for Estef de Hook.
Mask
from Costa
anything,
Rica.
throw away. Throw away, and honestly, the safety divers will pick it up for you. Just get a nice surface protocol.
They are just lovely, aren't they? Safety divers. And it's so often that you're here in a competition and you see the lovely performances of the athletes, but you don't see the amount of work that goes into organizing and the amount of people, including safeties and judges and the various organizers, assistant judges, medics, just a very big team looking after the athletes and ensuring a beautiful and entertaining competition for everyone where people can safely push their limits. And on that note, we have come to the end of our day for Women's Free Immersion. Thank you so much for your lovely comments in the live chat. I love a good lively chat. And it was great to be here, and I'm so happy that the conditions are a bit calmer today, even though the thermocline is still strong. Thank you so much to all of the athletes for their lovely performances and for talking to us today.
Yeah, and congratulations to Enchante, Marianna, Sahika specifically for the overall 3, which is what we got at the moment, and we'll look forward to tomorrow seeing the men's and confirming those rankings for the top 3. And for every other athlete who did an amazing dive, congratulations, Lily.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
When we're embarking on a new adventure, discovering what our mind and body are capable of, we cannot learn to trust in ourselves without first finding trust in our surroundings. The introduction of freediving can be a life-changing experience. Double K wants to grow with you. We provide you the support to focus inward, let your worries disappear and just breathe. We lend you our experience to achieve your full potential and share your energy and excitement. We're part of one team. Together, Double K.